arms. It's a trend. I'm sticking
every
to
time.
it. That is the intro bit, and it's gonna keep happening. Welcome everybody to episode 15 of Beyond the Realms.
Woo.
Thank you all so very much for joining us in today's session. We love each and every one of you. Thank you for all your wonderful support each and every week here. This is how we do Mondays. So a couple things right off the bat. A little bit of house cleaning. Dicecream merch, you know it, you love it. Haven't been promoting it too much as of late. I've been slowly working on revamping the site. We've had a couple issues with some shipping problems with an old printing system that we're using. A few orders were a bit late, so I kind of ditched that, got a new printing service, and revamped the site. And yeah, it's all new, brand new. I think we're going to have some images on the screen right now that shows you a couple of the cool items we've got on there. Some of our best sellers, Dicecream beanie, hoodies, shirts, inspired by the campaigns that we've got going on here on the Dicecream Twitch channel. The very famous D20 beanie, and of course, the King of Fear shirt that we all know and love so goddamn much.
Of course.
I need one still.
Yeah, me too. I am ordering a bunch of these right quick to make some content with them and to wear them more on stream. But yeah, guys, so if you're curious, if you want to check them out, I think there might be a link in the chat at some point. Come check out the new merch store. Let me know what you think. Still making little bits of changes here and there, but all feedback is very much appreciated. So have a look and see there. After that, we got some really fucking cool art to show you all. Some art pieces that were recently commissioned by the one, the only, our good friend Ivy.
Me? Commission art? Never.
That's right. That's you beautiful bastard.
Me? Commission art? Ever? Never.
Yeah.
When do I do that?
We've got about 3 pieces to show you. They're so fucking tasty.
So good.
We had to just show you here. So I think this is going to be a Fiend piece, a Toon piece, and a really special Ben B-Day piece that we have to show you all. Which, by the way, happy birthday, Benjamin.
Happy birthday, Ben.
Happy birthday, Ben.
Thanks, guys.
But yeah, I think it's going to be on the screen now.
I could do Fiend first if our tech guy wants to do that one. Yeah, this is our final piece of my four-piece set that I commissioned from Farhan, who was great and wonderful and did all of the other pieces that you see now lining our stats, which is really cool. And then he did a beautiful job. Honestly, it's very Fiend. And then the other one is the Toon one that was done by a wonderful artist by the name of Bristleback. He was great. He did it in 3 or 4 days that it was finished. It was fast, and he did a beautiful job. And then our last piece is actually Ben's piece that I commissioned about a month ago for his birthday that I've been sitting on and unable to share. Which
I love it so much.
A throwback to our
cool.
very first BBG Prince of Frost combat, where Kevin decided to almost kill us off.
I tried my fucking hardest too.
Really. Okay, here's the thing, Joy, that you didn't. You and Joy obviously didn't try your hardest if we're not dead.
I mean,
don't say that. No.
And then a meteor swarm comes from the sky, and you're
what are you, Corso?
that joke, that inside joke is never gonna get old. Corso, if you're watching, we love you.
We love you.
Unlike
melee ball tonight, but yeah. Yeah.
Also,
no, it was really
I
special.
appreciate Jordy's commitment to the bit with the hat on stream.
What are you talking about?
As soon as I move, he just moves it. It's great.
What are you talking about? What hat?
That's a real hat. Stop trying to lie to people.
What are you talking about?
We all know it.
So this is Jordy's evening entertainment, spending the whole stream just moving that hat.
What are you talking about? What happened?
All right, so let's ring it in, everybody. So thank you so much, Ivy, for those amazing art pieces. All the artists who worked on those. Thank you so very much. If you want to see any more of their work, I repost all these art pieces on the Dicecream Instagram, and I tag their names and their accounts if they're applicable there. So go check that out if you want to hit them up for some commissions, because they're really amazing artists. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's everything out of the way. So everyone, let's do what we always do at the start of these sessions, get our feet over to the diving board, look down in terror, put your hands up, and let's dive right on in.
Farrell's scared of water.
To this week's edition of Beyond the Realms. So, last we left off, the party having a bit of a reconciliation with an old bard troupe that belonged to Farrell/Lilith after ensuing some very hilarious antics during a theater show, chose to kind of squash a bit of beef between Farrell and the leader of this bard troupe, Salil, and just kind of spent the evening having drinks together, just having a good old time, bugging the dwarven bartender that was way past his closing time for all of you, being the last people in the theater room. But you all were just kind of getting to bed for the night, kind of stayed up pretty late. Toon kind of giving Tarek some fatherly advice about his current predicament, about Farrell's old flame kind of coming back into the picture. But after the drinks were had, you all went back to bed for the evening, and a few interesting things arose. Tarek and Farrell finally hashing it out about some of the darker days of their past, kind of seemingly at this point sort of avoiding the subjects about the fact that Farrell Lilith used to be an assassin for hire, the fact that Tarek seemingly got his old party members in quite the trouble, and a lot of dark devilish shit was going on. But the two of them kind of fully coming to terms with who they are as people and what their relationship is, possibly moving forward. Also, another interesting tidbit, with Toon choosing not to stay inside the North Look Inn Tavern, chose to perch on top of the North Look Inn, which is like around 20 stories high. Saw a very peculiar activity going on, where the town of Bryn Shander here in Icewind Dale, a group of guards seemingly carrying out this tied-up goblin figure with torches up, circling around the downtown area and going out to the outer walls of the town, seemingly sending him off into a snowy abyss. But the goblin character seemed to be voluntary about it, wasn't really struggling too much. But at this point, they had sent out the goblin into this vast blizzard that was outside of the boarded walls of this town and was swept away, never to be seen again. At this point, Toon came in out of his owl form, just bursting into the scene out of the shadows, demanding to know what was happening, what was going on. And the leader of this guard garrison seemingly telling him, Ariel the Frost Maiden has kind of made it so that we have to do these sacrifices, and we're not really sure what else we can do about it at this point. Seeing that this doesn't seem to be out of malice, is kind of a weird situation they're in. Toon kind of let it go at that point, but basically said, I got my eye on you. Flew back up to the top of the North Look Inn, and it was the following day, which, before this very exciting wrestling match is taking place tonight as a part of a tournament coming through Bryn Shander that you all are very eager to attend, i.e. Mr. Fiend, very eager to attend. You all decided to get through some errands that you'd been kind of not attending to up until this point, with the party kind of splitting off, with Farrell and Ramira going off to do a bit of shopping on their own right, getting some new outfits and new dresses made. And then the boys went off on their own to find out where this contact of the Ghostwood clan is, Sam Kinnison, who is somebody that was told that they could seek out if they were trying to find a way to get back into Asgard, which everyone knows we are around the 7-day mark until Thor's funeral. which the party is desperately trying to find a way to get back into Asgard to attend to. Through going through the town, you boys went through some very funny locations. You went and found an old seedy dive bar that told you where Sam Kinison was. You then found that he was the owner of the Coming of Page bookstore, which he told you the directions on how to get there. Farrell and Ramira went and found some new dresses to be made, some new winter wear before kind of hitting the town this evening to go to attend this wrestling match that's happening later tonight. But as the boys found out where the Coming of Page bookstore was, you were greeted by this very young, slim, sort of young-looking turtle that had this three-piece brown suit with like a monocle. He had kind of a sort of creaky, cracky voice to him. Was looking at all of you and was like, "Can I help you?" And you would say, "We're looking for Sam Kinison. We need to know how to get back into Asgard. We were sent by Ghostwood Clan." And it was there that Sam seemed a bit nervous, seemed wanting to kind of give you more questions as to why did you want this information, who sent you, and you were all very kind of guarded to that fact. And then as Sam kind of made his way over to the door, seemingly with a flick of the wrist, the windows shut with metal slats. The door also shut with the metal slat, locking you all in place. And you all had your weapons ready. We thought maybe a fight was taking place, but the form of Sam changed into what you know to be a more traditional turtle look. Big, huge, spiky shell, big demeanor, kind of old, wrinkled face, holding a big, massive staff with this sort of dark, translucent, purplish crystal that you have all been familiar with, which you found these crystals in the caves of Wagon's community. And that's only prompted after Tarek had shown that he now holds Mjolnir, the weapon of Thor himself, as proof that they are here with true intentions. And it was there that Sam saw that, changed his form, holding that staff, saying, "Now I have not seen that in a very, very long time." And it is here that we start today's session. So the three of you are currently in the Coming of Page bookstore with this very old, decrepit turtle holding this staff, saying that to you all. What would you like to do?
Upon him saying, recognizing the hammer and kind of saying that he'd seen it before, Tarek's going to kind of just give him a look and just be like, "Where have you seen the hammer before?" If that's not too much of a stupid question.
Oh, no, my boy, not dumb question at all. Had you not shown me this with my own eyes, I might have called you a liar or a thief. Not many can tell the difference between a fake and the real deal, but when you've seen that thing in action up close, you know it to be true.
I can assure you it's the real thing.
And he just kind of just eyeing it and is just looking at it up and down as if almost like he hasn't seen an old friend in a really, really long time. I saw this in action, God, must have been 100 years ago at least. Wasn't that? Yeah. Total. We live a long time. He's just kind of eyeing it more. It's like, the rune's still on it that I remember.
I do not mean to be callous, but you have confirmed this is the correct artifact. We are in dire need of transportation to Asgard. Is that something you could facilitate for my companions and I?
Just want to get down to brass tacks. Not very patient, are we? Okay. You're looking to get passage into Asgard.
Yes.
Might I to inquire why?
Well, the Thunder God has fallen. His funeral is being held sometime shortly. How many days have we left, Tarek?
7.
1 week's time.
Said 4 at one point. I miscalculated.
His funeral is being held shortly.
As soon as you showed me that hammer, I might not have believed that thing to ever have taken place, but if you indeed are holding the hammer now, something grave must have happened to him. He would never, ever let that thing go.
A companion of mine said she saw a vision of what happened.
A vision, you say?
I've only been told stories, and I believe her word. I believe her word without a shadow of a doubt. Something.
Can you tell me more about this vision?
I personally don't remember it well, but Tarek would, so he would then explain.
I was about to say,
yeah.
I can reiterate if you'd like. Also, Kevin, I've been told by Tech that you don't have music playing in case you were wanting that. I wasn't sure if you wanted that. I was like, I know the last time this happened, you were like, I didn't have music this whole time.
There it is.
Now you're good. So, Ben, Farrell saw Thor with another Asgardian mid-combat with something coming from a portal, which reminded me specifically of Heartless that were coming through the portal from Kingdom Hearts, of just these inky black creatures. And then him going up and her getting a feeling of knowing he had fallen.
Yeah.
Just
Tarek would recount that to him specifically.
Curious indeed. Well, getting passage into Asgard is a very tricky business. It does not come easy, but it's been my job for quite some time now to know the comings and goings around this area and all of the hidden secrets that could lie within, and there have been rumors of a place
comings and goings from this area. Tell me, friend, what do you know of the Frost Maiden?
She's a bitch, I can tell you that.
Wow. So you do not fear her then?
Oh,
Are you aware of the goings-on in this town and the tribute that those in the council pay to her?
I do. It's a sad state, really, but it's all they can do to stave off the wrath of such a intense creature. If you are not to, and trust me, young one, I am very much afraid of her, and if you are not afraid of her, you are a fool to think otherwise. One does not take lesser gods in such light.
All gods hold a certain danger. Should not be messed with unless absolutely necessary. It just looks in Toon's direction.
The looming threat
Right?
does not dictate a necessity for fear. I can respect the maiden's power, but she cannot continue in the way that she has. She has no claim on the people that live in these lands, despite her inhabiting them as well.
If you wish to know more,
tribute dismantled. Sorry, Samuel. I do wish to know more.
well, maybe we can find something that can help you with that. And he kind of just slowly moves over to this shelving unit on the wall. And remember, the bookstore he went into here, it's not fairly large. It's a fairly small kind of setup. But he goes over, shuffles over to the bookshelf, and she's like, where was it? Yeah. Right. Takes out this book, and you see that as soon as he takes out the book, it kind of sort of dissipates into the air and sparkles. And the wall that you took it out of just sort of slowly moves and then falls like a good 50 feet forward as like this huge, long, depth-wide archive of knowledge is suddenly open up to you. He just looks at you like, come. And he starts going down a set of stairs. Do you follow him?
Yeah, I follow him.
Yeah. Derek will follow as well.
Is there anything wealthy in the top floor?
Oh my god.
Like, not wealthy, I should say. Looks valuable.
Not really.
Okay.
It's kind of like you get the sense that like obviously this person seems like he's in a bit in hiding, disguised a little bit and everything. There's nothing very ostentatious in the front part of this bookstore to really take notice.
Well, then I will also begrudgingly follow.
So as he kind of hunches over, just curious, how did you find me again?
We asked of you. Long story short.
But who gave you the information to seek me out?
Somebody at the venereal harp.
Oh god, that awful place.
I messed that up again.
Yes.
A gross stringed instrument bar.
And as he kind of takes his puts his first few feet forward, he kind of looks over to one wall and it's just, let's see here. Yes, this is what I have in Ariel Frost Maiden. And this big, thick tome comes out. And it just doesn't have any words on it, but it has this kind of dusty old sort of light blue leather cover on it. And he takes it down, just finds a nearby sort of small table that he kind of puts it on. Starts flipping through pages. What would you like to know?
Of Ariel. Well, what group normally pays tribute or homage to her? Is there any founded religion in her name?
Founded religion. Well, she was once aligned with the gods Talos, Umbrale, and Malar. Together they wrought terrible destruction, inspiring fear that compelled tribute to hold their power at bay.
What need has she of tribute? What does she do with those that she takes? I heard the gods speaking to the one that went into the storm, saying that they would kill them and throw them out there. Do they need to be alive? Or does she take the corpses of those? Does she command the undead? There's a great deal I would know.
Ariel has many powers. She does seem to be quite obsessed with freezing things in place, concealing the beauty of things in a forever state of motionless just to keep around for all time. The sacrifices themselves, I don't know if anyone was told to do this or if someone just thought it'd be a good idea, if that's what maybe she wanted. It's a bit unclear.
I'm gonna turn to Mr. Fiend and kind of shake my head and wryly just, I should suggest they start making ice sculptures then.
We do know that some time ago, the winters around here started getting harsher and fiercer. Sunlight would escape its normal routine, and to be able to stave off the natural order of things for this long takes quite a bit of power. We don't know exactly where her residence would be. We do know that for some time she fell out of favor with these other lesser gods she used to roam with and was retreated to the corner of Torel to escape their fury.
Ah, then we may find allies in those gods that she once ran with.
It's possible. But there are many that take power from Ariel. It's not known if it's any known religion of sorts.
I see.
Maybe warlocks use her as her patron. But the reasoning behind all this is not quite clear. But her wrath are terrible. And for whatever reason she has for inflicting this never-ending harsh winter upon these lands, I do not know. But I have made it a mission of mine to also stop this from happening. I do not wish to see needless people suffer and sacrifice for no reason.
Then our minds are aligned. I feel the same way. I understand she is a potent adversary, but that does not mean that we cannot work in small parts to bring her down. There is never a foe too mighty. Well, this informs me, and I will look forward, thinking of perhaps new ways to sate her voracious appetite for supplicants and sacrifice. But, well, Asgard presses on my mind further as well. What means of transportation can you offer there?
Well, it seems that you need this information as it is important to you.
And it seems you are an individual of high moral standing, not likely to barter information that is of grave importance to those in need of it.
Also clearly hiding.
Well, when one leaves the Cobalt Soul in a fashion that I did, you tend to stick to hiding for the moment, for the greater good of sorts.
Why has that phrase never comforted me?
Depends who uses it, I think.
Fair enough.
But as you can clearly see and have already stated, this lands, they are in a terrible state, and I can give you what you seek. But if you are as righteous as you so proclaim, then maybe we can have an advantageous coming together of sorts. You see, I have been trying to solve this problem for quite some time in my own right, and through the studies that I've done with the Netherese sites surrounding these areas, a friend of mine and I have been working on a particular item that could possibly set things back to the way they were, at least for a short time.
What is this item you speak of?
Six months ago, a friend of mine and a very talented artificer named MacLeod, a sage and devout follower of Lathander, god of the dawn and rebirth, we formed a plan to try to end Ariel's everlasting winter. He performed his studies on a particular item that we based the designs using knowledge we gleaned from a book about Netherese artifacts. It's a weather-controlling magical device called the Summer Star. It's around 3 or so months ago, my contact with MacLeod ended, and I'm not sure why or how. He was held up in a particular cabin outside of the city limits. It is a waypoint of sorts, a place where travelers can hang up their hats and seek refuge. We had taken it over for a small time for our benefit to keep eyes off of any spies of Ariel that may be around. But I have not heard from him for some time, and I'm starting to worry.
And you think that place is safe or secure?
I don't know if any place in Icewind Dale is safe or secure, but safer than within these walls, I would think.
You think out there is safer than being here?
You've only just arrived in Bryn Shander, I take it.
We have.
Yes.
Give it time.
Well, I cannot say I see wisdom in your plan to offset this endless winter with some magical device strong enough to bend the seasons. That is a wild and powerful magic. You should seek to bring an end to the Frost Maiden, not implement your own designs upon nature.
My battle days are well behind me, Luxodon. And that in tow with nobody exactly knows where the Frost Maiden dwells, where she calls home. From all the knowledge I have sought out and collected over these many, many years, all I can glean is she may seek refuge in the sea of moving ice somewhere. But when one controls the weather as she does, it does not make it easy to find such a powerful person.
There were children in my tribe. They would play a game, blindfolded, wandering about, asking hotter or colder. I think it is as simple as that. Simply walk where it is colder. You are bound to find this Frost Maiden. I can see that you have not bent your mind to this. Now, you would send us on an errand before you would give us leave to go to Asgard. I understand that. Do not mince words. What would you have us do?
All I would want you to do is just find this cabin and see if my friend is okay.
Very well.
See
It
if
shall
the
be done.
device... Okay. Do this for me and I shall tell you where travel to this place could be possible.
Where travel could be possible? I thought this was something you could do for us.
I do not have the power to create portals to other dimensions. But I do have good information about a site that may hold such an item that can.
Doesn't seem like you have much to offer us.
How far walk is this cabin?
Walk. Just thinks for a moment, and it's probably a good 6-hour travel outside of the city limits.
Makes sense. 6 hours. Carry the one. I think this is doable, gentlemen.
Quite.
And trust me, I wish there were an easier way, but
There would be. You could simply give us the information we desire, but, well,
I could, and then
I
you
can
would
contact
go
you.
on with your way and leave us in this peril that we find ourselves. I'm not here to do you in any harm or to trick you or any way. I would think that whoever told you the name of Sam Kinnison, wherever you originally got that information, I would hope would be a friend.
they are a friend to me. Well, I believe we have a cabin to go investigate. Lads, should we check out the real estate?
Oh, I do love shopping.
The what?
You know, when they're selling property. Real estate. Your areas are more civilized than my own. Come now. Huh.
Now, wait just a moment.
Yes.
I do not wish to leave this deal on unhappy terms. If there is any piece of lore of Asgard that you may like to know, I could share that with you, if that is something you'd be interested in.
Such as?
Not much is known of Asgard, but only legends and rumors that one thinks is impossible until you see it in front of your face. And he stares back at Molnir.
I've seen many impossible things, and I've seen Asgard for myself. What could you know that I could possibly be interested in?
Oh, what could you know that they wouldn't want us to?
What do you know about Omnipotent City?
What do I know about Omnipotent City, Kevin?
It's a place that has never really come up between you and Odin.
It's a name I've never heard before. What is this place?
Nexus of all the gods. The halls of all knowing.
Halls
No.
of all knowing.
And he kind of just starts walking back with you to the front of the bookshop. It was built over 12 billion years ago. After the first great war of the gods, from the rubble of the rock of creation and embers from the fire that lit the first stars. It was built on the lords of the dawn, by the first of the elder gods as a pack of divine fellowship. And where the mortals from all corners of reality would forever be welcome. Their eternal treaties are signed, sacred covenants sworn that save the lives of millions. Their gods are married and tried. Worlds are born and bartered. There is the hope of the Parliament of Pantheons and the High Holy Court. The Genesis bazaars in the Hall of the All-Knowing, the moon-sized jewels of the Universal Crown. There in the center of infinity is the heavens. It is a sight that no mortal has ever seen, they say. But this could all be legend, rumor.
How do you know of all of this?
It's just stories I've heard, texts I've transcribed, third accounts of people long since dead. But, as we know, legends and truth don't have to be different from one another, now do they?
This is true. However, they can be, and that can have dire consequences. Perhaps if no mortal has laid eyes upon this place, it is for a good reason.
Perhaps. But as a seeker of truth and as a guardian of knowledge, it is a story that I hold dear to my heart. And as that happens, he's finally at the top of the front of the bookshelf once more, or the front of the bookstore once more. Thank you, friends. You are going to save a lot of lives if you can retrieve this item.
So don't thank us yet.
I'll leave that up to you then. He kind of raises his hand. And that wall just lightning speed comes back to be flush with the store wall once more.
We should see you shortly then. We will not tarry long. And with that, I'm going to leave.
I'll just give him a nod, dispel him on there, and follow Toon out.
Going with them.
Fiend!
Yes, I'm coming.
Happy tidings! And you just see as you guys leave too, those slats kind of come back up. As you take one look back, his form kind of switches back to that slender turtle form he had on before with that brown 3-piece suit.
Okay, so we're outside?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Once we're out of earshot, seemingly, I got to vent to the fellas about this.
Okay.
I got to vent to the fellas about this.
Toon, you seem tense.
That Samuel, he wishes to defy nature itself, implement a device created by an artificer to bring about summer. It is unnatural. It breaks the order of things.
How does this make you feel?
Most troubled.
I can see this. It's not like you to be riled up so easily. So I can tell you share a harsh feeling with this would-be quest of ours.
I must agree.
I cannot say that my nerves are not frayed already from my exploits last night. But no, my headspace is not what it normally is. Nonetheless, we have directions to this cabin we should investigate. I can transform into a giant eagle and probably take one of you upon my back. I'm not sure if I could manage both. Kevin, could I manage both? I'm big.
You are
My character's
big.
also big.
My character's big.
I think it would be, we would roll a strength check to see if you could carry how well you can carry the second person.
Okay.
I just want to be like Kaiba, arms
I was gonna say,
crossed in
what if
the eagle talons.
What if he could be in his claws and one on his back?
That is true.
I call shotgun. That means on top. You're in the closet.
Is that a woke thing?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm learning.
I'm willing to do that, and we can head out right now.
Without the others?
Well, they're
I
having
thought they were shopping.
As that said, we then go over to Ramira and Farrell, who, when we last saw them, they had just made their purchase at the Winter's Warmth shop to get a bunch of new clothes all done up and custom made. But as we had left the two of you, you were just leaving the Winter's Warmth. So what are Farrell and Ramira currently up to?
Well, I do have a nifty staff / rod thingy that I must sell upon Fiend's request. So I am going to find a nice little alleyway to look like a different person without, getting attention for changing into a completely different person. So is there anywhere that I can just like beep bop boop bop into?
Beep bop boop bop into?
Yeah, you can definitely just find some sort of small little alleyway somewhere, sort of betwixt a few of the local shops and things that you could just dive into really quick.
Okay, so I am going to do that and hang out with Farrell really quick and then be like, can you stand in front of me so
Of
I can
course.
do it?
She steps in front.
I'm gonna still turn my back to Ferals.
Correct. No, she's gonna keep her back to you. Like,
A little awkward. So she shifts into a like 5'10", fully like high elf woman, with pin straight black hair, piercing green eyes, strong jawline, like an overall like what is that called? Like typically attractive woman for such ventures as one does. And then she goes, okay, I suppose this will do.
is Farrell's gonna wait? Are you done? Like,
Yes, I'm done. You can
Oh,
turn
okay. All right. So she turns around. What exactly do you plan to do?
Sell it for gold.
Correct. I kind of understood that. Where are we going? Kind of looking around the shops.
That's a great question. Well, I feel it might be best for you to maybe turn into a bird of some sort before.
Correct.
we go.
Do you want raven or dove? Kind of looking her up and down. What matches the aesthetic more?
Let's go raven.
And I will turn into a raven and plant myself promptly on her shoulder.
As she does that, I'm making sure, obviously, that no one is around to see me do any of this. And very quickly, as soon as she turns into a raven onto her shoulder, Ramir is going to change into Salil.
Okay.
And then snap back to the elven woman. And then pet Farrell on the shoulder and go, just kidding, I wouldn't do that to you. Now, if he's not nicer later on, I might have to reconsider, but still.
I mean, I thought it was
What
fun.
a power play!
And then she is going to walk into the street very casually, and I want to look for somewhere super shady, like Thieves Guild style.
Somewhere super shady.
There's an inn of sorts.
Dude, I remember initially somebody was saying something about some shady place that I was like, yeah, that'll.
It's a sloppy banjo.
That's
Yeah, that's what that is. Yeah.
It's the musty clarinet. Yeah, it's something like that.
It just gets worse. I will say, had you stayed at Salil, I would have laughed really hard if we had come across the rest of the bar troop at some point.
I know, I wouldn't do that to you.
I would have laughed really hard had you kept. I was all for it. I was like, let's go. Bet.
Just
Well,
wanted to give you a quick heart attack.
out of like shops that you do know of, because when you entered Bryn Shander, that head guard was kind of telling you like these are kind of the main spots if you wanted to check them out. But the one that you do know of is the Black Iron Blades shop. That he was kind of like, that place is not really like the best place. The goods there are kind of shoddy and not great. But if you're looking for some shady place to kind of frequent, or looking for any kind of weird looking people that are maybe just like hanging out on a stoop, just looking a little bit suspicious, you're more than welcome to try to look for those people as well.
I feel like I mean, granted, she's had to make deals with shady people in the past. She wants to go somewhere that she will definitely get the most money. So would that using her kind of intelligence on that, would she know whether it'd be better to go to the blacksmith or?
I'll say roll a history check really quick.
Okay.
Say Farrell's chilling. She's enjoying
That is
walking
not
around.
bad. Did you say 22?
22. Well, in your past dealings with doing things similar to this fashion, I mean, it can like through the knowledge that you know that Black Iron Blades is kind of basically a shitty a shitty place that sells shitty weapons. That bringing a weapon of this high value may draw some attention your way that they weren't expecting. Dealing with shady people in the streets, you may get a good deal out of it, depending. But shady people also just have their own shady fucking ways of doing things. So, but could yield good results as well, depending on how that kind of goes about. So, it's up to you to kind of like, do you want to go to a place that's a bit more established where people know and maybe won't try to take your item and slit your throat? Or do you want to just walk that line?
I'd love to
just
see
be
them try.
I'm going to kind of look to my shoulder. Well, we could go to sketchy blacksmith man and maybe have less of a time fighting there, or we could find someone on the street. What do you say? 2 squawks for blacksmith, 1 squawk for somebody on the street.
You get 1 squawk.
I love a good adventure. And she's just gonna start poking around to see if there's any shady folks on the side.
Okay, and also as you're going through this town too, you got to remember that this everlasting winter that Ariel's kind of put on Icewind Dale, it's made everything insanely cold, way colder than it normally is. So there's people in the streets, but it's a bit scarce. It's not like a bustling city like Baldur's Gate, right? This is kind of this walled town on the outskirts of civilization.
I, as my raven, would like to kind of look around and look more in the alleyways to see if there's any establishments off, doorways off to the sides that aren't necessarily right there.
Okay, you're gonna go on your bird form and swoop around?
And kind of look around.
Sure, make a perception check.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh. I want to double check. Okay, great. Oh, that's not bad. That's a 15.
15. So you're kind of circling around in your bird form. You're kind of looking at, just surveying the area, and you're just kind of seeing the few people that are kind of bundled up in these extreme weather, in extreme cold clothes with big hoods over their heads with fur outlining them, kind of going to and fro. There's not a visible, summer market of sorts. There might be a stall here and a stall there outside of some shops and things like that. But as you're kind of circling around and kind of particularly looking through alleyways and such, you do just sort of do this kind of encircle, where you're kind of banking around this area where there's this tight alleyway around maybe 4 or 5 blocks from where you are. You kind of circle around and going around the area. And then as you circle back, you notice that a person that was kind of walking into this alleyway on your first run through, then when you go around again, you see these 2 sort of doors kind of close down, almost in an underground cellar kind of fashion.
Interesting. All right, I'm gonna land back on Ramir's shoulder and kind of gesture with a wing in that direction.
All right, I'm assuming you found somewhere good. Let's go take a look.
Squaw.
Squaw. Thank you, amigos. Oh my god.
Can you talk to animals?
That's what I wanted.
Rumira?
I cannot, but
no.
I'm taking the squaw as a yes.
Yeah. I can mimic simple sentences that I've heard. I just can't. That's why I chose a raven. I just can't form full sentences.
I feel like we've got a good old yes and no type gag.
We
going.
do.
So at this point, you've done that circle around, and you come back to Ramira and kind of go on her shoulder. And Ramira.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of walk along, maybe have Farrell float, fly.
Yeah,
in front
I'll fly ahead once I realize she's kind of glide through these.
Yeah, Hogwarts owl style.
Okay.
When I come to that alleyway, kind of, swerve there.
Yeah, sure. So you go kind of going towards that sort of corner where that person had kind of gone off on, as you're kind of letting the raven kind of guide you as to where you're going. You kind of just taking a look around, not to seem too suspicious, but you kind of stop maybe half a block distance before that turn of the corner. You're kind of just waiting there. And then you see this goblin walk by, bundled up in extreme fur clothing with kind of a hood up, and you just see him kind of looking around a little bit as he goes into that corner and starts going down that alleyway.
Yeah, I'll take a good little jaunt after them, give them plenty of space so I don't spook them. I assume that I have this staff wrapped and on my back, so it's not hey, everybody, I've got 2,000 gold with me.
It turns into a wand.
Yeah, it's a wand.
Oh,
It's like
that's
so
true.
then
I forgot.
Yeah,
It
so it's
gets
like an
bigger.
extending staff, so it's about like this big, and
That's
then when you
right.
press the button and it goes.
Percy Jackson, who, baby?
I would like to say, John, you had looked up how much gold it was worth, correct?
That's up to Kevin.
Okay. I'm just saying from what we had looked at. If
Oh,
I recall-
Kevmeister, how much gold is this staff worth? Because I wouldn't have gone without knowing.
Let me use my great DM powers called D&D Beyond to look that shit up.
I was going to say, me and John actually looked it up yesterday. We just weren't sure if you were going with what.
Yeah, I was gonna go with what it was worth.
I believe it was 12K. However, John had doubled the worth, so it's 24K gold.
I know it's a
Because
rare
yes.
item. I don't know exactly how much it. Somebody in the chat looked it up.
I was looking at it. It says 17.
Okay. Say,
0.6.
however, it is double whatever it is base because we have Fiend spell for 8 hours.
So 1700.
17,000 is what I'm seeing.
Oh yeah, 17,000.
That's what it's worth on its. Well, it's 17,600 gold, and then
Distort value.
yeah,
That's
distort value on
spicy.
it more than that. So
Yeah,
it's close. Little
Okay.
bit
that's why I'm the party treasurer.
We're gonna be able to buy this cabin we find. John.
Real estate. You mentioned it.
Staff of Charming is a very useful item indeed. So, yeah, it's worth quite a bit of money. And then, so as you're kind of going through seeing that person go through that corner, going down that tight alleyway, kind of pull yourself back a little bit so you don't let yourself be known too much. Do you start to inch your way forward, kind of around the corner, Scooby-Doo style, with your bird in your head, kind of poking out?
I
can
don't.
go
Yeah,
first.
I'm
I was
going-
gonna say I can go first if you want me to.
No, it's okay. I am gonna go around the corner. Do I see the goblin like going into the little ground hutch thingy?
Are you stealthing?
I don't think so. I think I'm going to make it plainly obvious that she's coming around the corner.
Farrell dislikes this greatly, but she's a bird.
Excuse me. Is it a man, woman, non-binary?
You're not sure at the moment.
It's a goblin. That's all we know.
Excuse me. Hello. Oh, I'm so sorry. Goodness, I'm so sorry to bother you. Listen, I'm not very good in this department, but my husband has recently left me in a peculiar spot, and I'm trying to sell off some of his things, and I don't really want him to know, and I was told maybe somewhere around this area I could sell something like this.
Sell what?
I'd prefer not to disclose that for now. But something of very high worth.
Good for you.
Are you going to be able to help me find some place? I
You
would
could
be most grateful.
you could go to the Black Iron Blades.
Okay, great.
They sell stuff.
Can
Great.
I insight check
Fantastic.
this goblin to see if they are going somewhere shiftier? Like they seem peculiarly.
So you're trying to insight to see if they are being shifty.
Like cagey, like as if they are going somewhere currently and they're like, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure, roll insight check.
I'm just gonna stare him down as a raven.
Not good. It's not good at
No,
all.
like-
12.
12. So looking at him in his eyes, he is surprised. He's a bit nervous
Who should be?
and is just a bit put off guard from you just suddenly appearing out of nowhere.
I was hoping that I could avoid the I forgot what the name of this place is called now.
Black,
Kevin.
the shop that sells shitty things.
Yes.
Yeah, Black Iron Blade.
The black. I was hoping to avoid the black iron blade so that my husband didn't find out. Yeah, you know how people talk. I was hoping to sell this as quickly as possible and then return home.
We'll sell what?
What do you think? And then she's going to lean over to the raven.
Lady, you came here. I don't know you.
I don't know you, and yet here I am at your mercy. And I would greatly appreciate you if you could point me into the best direction. Possible, I heard some place was around here somewhere.
Do I see any signs or any indications of what might be in this alley while this is happening?
So when you saw those double doors kind of opened up, it seemed to be coming out of like the ground that's covered in like dirt and snow and everything. So currently it just seemingly looks like just a dirt covered, snow covered little area for the alleyway to go through. And you kind of surprised, you surprised him as he was just standing there, not really no one had opened a door or anything.
Can I fly over to where I saw that happen and peck at the ground?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Make a perception check.
Okay.
Or investigation, because you're kind of having an idea of where it might be.
Okay.
I imagine Ramirez seeing Farrell fly down behind the goblin and her being like,
peck, peck.
Perhaps, somewhere in the ground, there's a secret hideaway of some sort. I've been told by many a folk. Really, honestly, you're making this quite more difficult
It's
than
a
it
13, Kevin.
13?
Yeah.
Well, you've seen it already.
Yeah.
So that lowers it a bit. So you kind of like go off of Ramirez's shoulder, go down to the ground, just kind of looking around. And then you hit kind of a more
history lesson. I get to peck the ground.
And you go down and you do feel a bit of a boom, boom, like a hollow point in the ground.
Once that happens, I'm going to look over and just kind of flap a little bit.
Incredible. My lovely pet serves me again. Apparently I didn't need your assistance, but I appreciate you greatly.
What is going?
She's gonna walk past. I needed some help, and a woman of my status should have known better than to ask you for your help. And I've learned better now. Thank you. And she's gonna walk past and start fiddling around on the ground.
And the goblin's just gonna get in between you and the doors, and they're like, no, wait, okay, wait. Look, I don't want any trouble. I don't want to get in trouble.
So you could be my assistant getting me in.
Do you even know where you are?
I'm a flying still on his head.
Oh my god, I could move faster if you would help me get in quicker.
I'm going to fly over and sit on his head.
How about I give you a gold if you assist me getting into this place? Like a referral? It'll be beneficial for you and me. I have money to make and a husband to beguile.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. That's a dirty 20.
And you seem like whatever is kind of going on here, you kind of come forward with this sudden blind confidence where you went from like, anyone can I sell this to? And he's like, wait, sure, go to this shop. He's like, no, but I like really want to sell this to somebody. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, look, I'm just going to go in and just like, so at this point, it's pretty much, he seems like you know that there's something hidden here or a place that you want to get into.
Meanwhile, she's lying out of her ass because she's just like, I don't know, my crow buddy seems to think there's something underneath there, whatever.
He goes, okay, just look. You don't want to ruffle any feathers around here, yeah? And just looks up.
I feel offended.
You'd be like, look.
Feathers? Me? I would never.
Look, it would be a lot easier if you could just tell me what it is you want to sell.
Something worthwhile. What is your name? Give me a fake name, something. I must address you by something. I could just open these doors.
You.
I peck his forehead. Doing the beat so proud of me.
You want to go down there?
I would love to.
Be my guest. And he just like stands aside.
I kind of give the raven a look. Come on now. I'll be every semblance of a lady when I'm down there. What was your name?
He just looks at you, doesn't say anything.
A true gentleman, a few words. I like it. And then she swings the doors open.
I give him one good peck on the forehead.
Come, darling, please.
And I fly over and sit on her shoulder.
So you go and fly on his shoulder, and this goblin figure that's all bundled up is just kind of looking around a bit shiftily as you and Ramira kind of go down and kind of find out where the hollow spot is and start to open these double doors, the cellar doors of sorts.
I'm also going to try to like lean back just in case anyone wants to shoot off something and I've missed like a passcode or anything. She's just going to like...
I would just like to say, I 100% think we're about to walk into cult stuff, but that's cool.
I'm glad to. It's all been cult stuff. Let's go.
You're right. Like, we'll just be like, you know what? We'll meet up with the boys, and Toon's gonna be like, see.
They're doing real estate, and we're doing pest control. I don't know what the problem is here.
We're just starting to
open up these double doors, and you see these hard concrete steps that descend downward, a good few feet as well.
Are they bloodied at all?
I'm going to be very perceptive as I am looking into the darkness.
I would like to make sure.
Make perception checks.
Do they look like a body has been dragged down these steps?
Okay,
that is an unnatural 20.
Ooh, that is an 18.
Ooh, look at this.
So as you are looking at these concrete steps that are descending downward, you're kind of just eyeing them. You see the faintest trickle of dried blood.
Cult stuff.
She just pouts.
Do we hear anything from?
Nothing.
Okay.
And the goblin is just standing there being like, well, go on inside.
We should push him first.
I'm going, as I walk down, hello, this kindly goblin fellow just allowed me in here. He said that I could sell my item.
Nice.
Hello.
Quality.
And you say that down to the descending stairs. Hello.
Ooh, spooky.
This goblin. Say that
Dislike.
I'm gonna turn to my raven friend. What do you think? Should we keep going? Should we just go to that stupid store, whatever it was, the blacksmith? I'm growing tired of these games.
Just kind of
Look, do you want me to go down there and give you an introduction? You're just pissing me off at this point. I'll just do this to get you out of my hair.
That is so kind of you. It's almost as if I asked you of that immediately as soon as I met you. Yes, please come down. What was your name again? Maybe a bit quicker.
He just begrudgingly slushes his feet in the dirt and just like bumps you aside and starts going down into the cellar.
That's more like it. Let's go.
You follow him?
I'll look at my raven.
I can go ahead.
Yeah, we can go together.
Okay.
Yeehaw.
I was going to say, I will sit on his head and let him go first.
Okay. So you go down these steps and the light that's kind of up from the top is getting smaller and smaller and smaller as you're going down, descending to these steps. It feels like you're going down quite a few feet until eventually the stairs start descending and then it becomes flat. And then as you look forward, there are torches sort of lighting this makeshift, almost mine shaft-like hallway. Do you keep going forward?
Is he still walking?
Yep, he's taking it down there and he's walking forward and you can see about maybe 35, 40 feet ahead of you, a big iron door situated around this sort of rocky area. with a big metal door with like slats that are bolted and like a little viewfinder hole in the center of it.
Well, this is not exactly what I expected, that's for damn sure. Raven.
I was gonna say we can go forward. I don't know how far you want to go into this.
Jesus Christ, I wanted to get money and get out.
Raven shrug.
Well, you know they
Are there
do
any
things.
insignias or symbols on the wall?
I was about to say, is this cult shit or is this thief shit? Because if it's
I
thief
think
shit,
it's both.
There's no signs or markings whatsoever around here.
cult shit.
He's still walking forward, right? Like he's pretty adamant. Yeah, I'll go and sit on his head. I'll fly and sit on his head and let
Alright,
him
I
go
guess
first.
we're doing this.
And then I'll let Ramira kind of hang back a little bit. I'll go first as a bird.
I mean, you're not gonna get too far. She's gonna.
No, oh no,
right up
but
on
still, just
you.
in case, that way if something does happen, I can.
All right, I'm gonna keep following him. I guess.
Here we go.
This is not the route I thought we were taking. Let's go.
I'm here for the cult stuff.
So you follow him towards that door?
Sure.
I guess so. Yeah. If I might inquire who our very wealthy benefactor might be, there would be a name, a guild.
He
of
is
some
being
sort.
silent and just walking forward. He has this very obvious pissed off demeanor about him from your earlier interaction.
Okay. If he goes and knocks the door and like all that, I'll just sit on his head.
I guess I'm
Further
gonna
down.
keep going. I don't know.
Okay.
This is why people get killed in horror movies. They're like, yeah, let's keep going.
You keep moving forward.
The boys are like, let's go to a cabin in the woods, and the girls are like, let's go find the cult stuff.
Yeah, I guess so. This is like Sabrina, the show. Like, we're just 2 episodes of Sabrina happening.
You wanted to go the shady route. I didn't make
We
you do
know.
that.
Oh,
so
there we go.
you go in, following him behind you, and he's like keeps looking behind him, so he sees that you are, not far away from him, that you're still following him. And then he gets up to the metal door and turns around, and you're like, he's waiting until you're like pretty much close to him at this point. You coming or not?
Peck.
Yes, I'm coming. It would be preferable if you shared more information.
Turns around. It's me. Got some guests.
Passcode you have.
And the slat on the door in the middle, this viewfinder, opens up. And all you can see are just eyes. There are these big, huge eyes with red irises in the middle and this green, tough, leathery skin behind it. Oh! Hey, what? Who's with you? Apparently they want to sell something. They won't tell me what it is, but they won't fucking leave me alone either. So they knew about the door. I don't know how, but they wouldn't fucking leave. So they're your problem now. And the slide just opens up. What have you got to sell?
And at that notion, she's gonna pull the pen out of her pocket and slap it, tap it, and I believe something quite valuable. And she kind of just looks at the goblin, and then clicks it shut and puts it back inside of her clothing.
Now, if you just fucking showed me this, never mind.
How
Look,
do we
As
open?
soon as he starts talking, just peck.
God damn it! Would you get your bird off my head?
She is a free spirit. Who am I to cage her like an animal?
I burrow down in his hair, just.
He just has this like thinly balding Trump hair.
Yeah,
There's just
that's
a
fine.
few strands just
Yeah,
in there.
that's fine. I just.
Good enough for a bird's nest, probably.
Yes, that's fine.
And that's it. It's coarse, it's rough, and it gets everywhere.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's all I want is to mess it up.
So As soon as those eyes through the viewfinder sees that staff, bejazzled in all of its glory, just looks at it up and down. You see those eyes just widen. Is that what I think that is?
Yes, and it is my husband's, and I'm trying to get rid of it as quickly as possible without him knowing, hence all the secrecy, she says, like, towards the goblin. Pardon my lack of manners. I'm on a timetable.
Make a deception check.
Oh, please roll good. Oh, please roll good.
It's a 15.
Okay, that's...
That's above
So,
average.
If
You
Farrell
say
was
that.
there, she'd be sweating. It's just...
You say that, and those eyes look at you. Close the viewfinder.
Oh, crap.
This big metal door opens, and immediately the smell of whiskey, cigar smoke, and just all manner of scents just flow right out as this door opens, and you see around 20 or so people inside of here. There's a bunch of felt tables lining outside of this sort of dugout room. It's a makeshift bar off to the right, where the goblin similar to the one that you have been talking to is just pouring just straight up whiskey and just like nothing else. There's nothing fancy about this. This is what you can gather is an illegal gambling setup of some sorts in a mining shack.
Oh, perfect. Exactly the kind of people my husband hates to see me around. And then gives a gold to the goblin who's been an ass the whole time. Thank you so much for getting me here safely. It's been a pleasure.
Your funeral. And he just steps off.
Farrell will leave his hair kind of pecking him one last time and then sitting on Ramir's shoulder. Looking a little smug about it, like if a raven could look smug, she looks smug.
And the person that was behind the viewfinder is this hulking, battle-worn orc with just slashes all over his face, but wearing like this nice ruffled leather jacket with big lapels and like sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Really hardy slacks that look like maybe like blacksmith's pants with these big hardy boots, wearing these leather fingerless gloves, and just looks over to all the people playing these various games. He's like, looks like we got someone to up the ante here, people. And they all look over and go, ugh! And it's just like various races and types, all shady as fuck, big cigars, like eyes missing. Some have like limbs missing with like metal arms and shit. And as that happens, the door behind you closes, winches it up once more, and you look over to the other side of the door. There's like 20 different locks on this other side, and this big safe rotor that just locks it in place. At your leisure there.
Thank you kindly. And I love your jacket. It's very nice on you.
And from there, we are going back to the boys. So,
Hello.
good job there. So we go back to Toon and Tarek and Fiend, leaving that booked page shop. Toon not feeling so good about the conversations that went down. What would you like to do? Did you want to try to go to that cabin immediately? Did you want to try to find Ramira and Farrell before you went to said cabin? Or did you want to kind of let this happen at a later date and just go, find something to do until the wrestling thing happens tonight?
Well, gentlemen, I would say we should go for this cabin, but it is a distance away. I would say flying on Toon's back maybe take 2 hours or so. So 2 hours there, whatever business we have, and then 2 hours back. What time of the day is it, Kevin?
So this is about mid-afternoon.
Okay.
You're probably looking at like around 1-ish. The wrestling event was going to happen like around 5.
So we really only have 4 hours until we're supposed to make it back to our hovel. I would recommend we do this tomorrow, being we have 7 days before Thor's funeral.
This is a venture for another day, but do we really want to do this?
We need some means to get to Asgard. It seems that this Samuel Kinnison character can supply us with that.
I'm saying, is what he is offering worth our time?
Well, it is a simple thing. Go out to this cabin and check for signs of life. If we were to, well, push our hand any further into his business, that could be a different story altogether. He did not really say what he needs from us as far as his errand. We could fly over this cabin, tell him that it's not burnt down, and that there was chimney smoke. Perhaps that would be enough for him. He is giving us very little, and I do not agree with his methods. I do not want to stick my neck out for this stranger.
I agree. But,
Or we could go to the cabin and then make sure the person's alive and then take the object.
I dislike this.
I dislike the idea of this artifact altogether. And
I think
do not
Tuna and
want
I
to
are on the same
fall
page
into-
about this.
do not want to see it fall into the hands of any who would use such a device to manipulate nature.
Yes. Manipulate nature, of course.
We would, if we were to find said device, it would be worth destroying.
It would be worth something indeed, yes. Well, maybe we should find our moral halves.
Perhaps. Well, I could go, or we could try to rejoin our companions. What say you two?
Are you suggesting going alone?
No, I would take you with me.
Well, I do not believe we have time.
You underestimate my speed.
I will say, just to get in here, with Toon's speed and him being like that huge bird, it would cut the time significantly.
We have no idea what we'll be facing there, and I would rather we were all as a group.
Oh, okay. I mean, if it's just a turtle.
Very well.
Fiend, sometimes you are insufferable.
Never. I'll suffer him.
People pay for this quality in a man.
Ha.
Well then, Toon, if you believe that you are fast like lightning, quick like a bunny even, we should go
Faster
to the
than
cabin.
that. Eagles eat bunnies. They're horribly slow.
Then we should go to the cabin, we should find out exactly what's happening there, and then rush back, because I have a belt to win.
That you do. Well, let's get the lay of the land then. Sorry, Tarek. And with that, I'm gonna wild shape into a giant eagle. And I think Tarek wanted to go on my back. Fiend can go on my claws. And I think I can lift 480 pounds?
Yeah, I think in that giant size, you can lift quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, 480 pounds flying. No more than 4 people.
Looking like
There you go.
General Zod.
Yeah.
So technically, you could have 2 of them on your back because you are that giant size, but it'd be like who's in the front, who's in the back kind of deal.
A whole new world situation. Very Aladdin.
Harry Potter, Griffin. Yeah.
Please don't tempt me. I will commission art.
I love that.
Just standing up on Toon's back, holding Tarek's waist. Well,
I can show you.
That was 100% what I was thinking. Ew.
Can you show me Asgard? That's the
I
one
don't
I'm
want to explain that to an artist of why I'm getting it commissioned either.
So turning into a giant eagle. Are you doing this kind of in plain sight in the middle of the town?
Oh,
Or are you
yeah.
kind of yeah?
Yeah, I don't care.
Giant woolly mammoth Luxodon suddenly just transforms this huge majestic eagle again with tusks, because every form has tusks. And
so unsettling.
the two of you, did you again both on the back, choosing which side? One in the claw.
I will be in the claws.
Okay.
I'm like Toon's gun. He just aims me at what he wants destroyed.
All right. So heading off then.
Yep.
It's like
I have a bad feeling about this.
As Tarek gets on the back of the giant eagle.
Yep.
Wingspan enormous, just kicking up dirt and snow all around you. Anyone that has any kind of carts or wheels going on suddenly just holds it in place so it doesn't like fall off in the sheer force of the wingspan that's being blown through. As you get up into the air enough to snatch Mr. Fiend in your talons and slowly just becomes smaller and smaller as you get up into the clouds. But like we said, there is a bit of a snowfall going on in here. Getting into the cloudfall, it's always kind of cloudy here in Icewind Dale. So even though Sam gave you a bit of directions as to where this is, I'm gonna have you roll just quick survival checks just to make sure you're going in the right path there.
I rolled a 2, but that's an 11.
11. Okay, so you get up into the clouds, but again, there's this kind of gauging that you have to do, because if you go too high up, you're kind of in the cloud cover. It's hard to kind of see below you. If you go above the clouds, it's just like a sea of clouds around you and you can't see anything. But with this everlasting winter that's now been kind of thrust upon Icewind Dale, there doesn't seem to be any kind of break in the cloud cover where sun is, not for a while. So as you're kind of going up, kind of gauging where to go, you kind of find that sweet spot and just gliding with snow kind of hitting Tarek and Fiend along the way. But you're just sort of following sort of certain directions, certain landmarks that he had described. You do seem to be going in the correct path so far. Just have another survival check there.
That's a 23.
23. So as you're kind of flying by, you do notice some other sort of winged creatures kind of taken notice of you and are kind of flying beside you for a while. A couple of big giant owls are kind of just kind of see you. And
Toon just starts feeling like a warmth underneath him as I start summoning a fireball.
That was a little unsettling. I know the Frost Maiden's a fan of the owls.
Eric is watching them.
And they're just kind of beside you for a while. As they both kind of, after a while, just kind of don't find you that interesting, and they
I'm slightly offended, but comfortable about that.
I am not a fan of these giant snow chickens. Shoo!
This is not a fun ride. This is not a fun ride. And we'll do one more survival check there.
It's going to be a 14.
14, nice. So you've been going on for about hour and a half here, but again, that huge wingspan, you're picking it up pretty damn fast. And as there's not much around here that you've left, like the 10 towns has just gotten smaller and smaller behind you. But as you sort of get closer to around the area that he had described, you do start to see, perched on the edge of a snowy ridge, sort of above a gorge, is a black lodge on stilts. Whatever sort of path that might have led to this ramshackle retreat, like under you, seems to be kind of buried under snow. So there doesn't seem to be any kind of known trail that could have led you here. as you're kind of zeroing in and start to kind of come down to a landing, you kind of make out icy steps that climb to a snow-covered walkway that clings to the south side of the structure. The building's slumped posture and sagging snow-covered roof, coupled with the broken windows and loose flapping shutters, sort of to suggest maybe this has been abandoned for a while, but there's no way really to tell. It's just kind of your first kind of instinct. But you see large snow drifts huddle around the rotting stilts and engulf a nearby woodshed and outhouse.
Okay, I would want to fly around it and like over it 2 or 3 times before setting down, probably about 80 feet away. If I don't see anything that like obviously would change my plan of sitting down, if there's like, 7 with knives and hats, I'm not going to sit down there.
No, for sure. So before you land, you kind of do surveying the area for a while. Make a perception check.
You'll also be checking it out.
That's going to be a 22.
It's a 4.
It's where's my card sheet? Oh wait.
No pluses on perception.
Yep. One day. 16.
16. Okay. So, surveying around this area, you kind of just making sure everything's a-okay. As far as you can see, there's nothing around this place.
Looks abandoned.
And it's here, guys, that will go to the roll 20 screen.
Oh boy.
Ah.
I can't believe you've done this.
Damn it.
Can't believe you've done this.
This is why I said, hey, you should pull up roll 20 to.
Yep.
And John told me no.
I have it up.
I
Me
have it
too. Now.
Now.
I'm proud of you guys. Good job.
All right. Oh boy.
It's fine. It's fine.
Is
Everything's
it?
fine.
It's calling it now. I told you so.
Fiend feverishly looking at his watch. Suppose we have time to play with a couple people before you run into them.
Okay.
Me and Ramir are just enjoying our underground casino.
Hit me.
You guys split up.
Happens in Vegas stays in Vegas,
We know what we
baby.
did.
Let the party.
We know what you did, Kevin.
So on the map here, this is just where I've placed you, but you do not need to be there if you prefer to be placed somewhere else.
Oh, Roll20 is showing the wrong map on the stream currently.
Yeah.
If you zoom out, there should be another.
No, on the stream.
Yeah.
Oh, let me just see.
Salil's with us.
Oh my god.
My God.
I would laugh so
Toon
hard.
wouldn't bring Salil
My
back.
God.
I would kill him off.
Maybe a piece of him.
Oh no, Salil got injured.
Somebody dropped him from the sky.
on his head.
Feral, I promise you, I tried to save him. I
Dropped a rock
really
on
did.
Sure.
It was so unfortunate. Real tragedy.
Unfortunately, the entire lodge just fell on him. Crazy.
Okay, so the cabin should be there now.
Okay, and this cabin is on wooden stilts, not chicken legs, because I've been fooled in the past.
Oh God. Going all Baba Yaga on us.
Yeah.
So once again, I'll just describe it again. It's perched on the edge of a snowy ridge above a gorge, on wooden stilts.
Wooden. Good. Perfect. Love that.
The building's
peg leg chicken.
The building's slumped posture and sagging snow-covered roof is coupled with the broken windows and loose flapping shutters.
That's foreboding.
So it just looks like a ramshackled retreat of sorts, like an old cabin.
I'm going to make a survival check to try and find signs of life, or if there have not been signs of life, or what, like an idea of when the last person was here.
Sure.
And that's going to be a very shiny, light up dice, nat 20.
Nice.
Hey.
So that's 29.
Okay. So looking around the cabin as you just kind of try to get a sense of like, are there any tracks in the ground? Anything fresh? Anything coming and going out of here? Is there smoke coming out of a chimney? Sort of trying to look inside. The shutters are going. Even with a nat 20, it doesn't see. You can't make out any footprints on the ground. Looking up, you don't see any smoke coming out of a chimney of any kind. It's a bit odd, but there's nothing on the outside here that you can really gauge if anyone has been coming and going out of here lately.
All right. Well, I don't see any signs of life or use.
No.
You do know-
Just check inside.
Sorry, just with that nat 20, I just want to reiterate. You do notice that there are 2 stone chimneys that do rise several feet above the sagging roof line.
Okay. So like one for the living room, one for the master bedroom?
Possibly.
Perfect. That sounds very cozy.
The rest of the lodge, you can kind of tell, is made out of rotting wood of sorts. Like this wood doesn't look fresh. It looks like it's really been standing the test of time for a while.
One of the least appealing building materials, but I'll let it go.
The stilts that elevate the structure are around 20 feet tall.
Tarek's gonna have a look down into the gorge. How deep is it?
The gorge?
Yes.
Let me just see. The gorge, it goes down. The gorge is deep. Like it goes down quite a ways.
Tarek's just gonna have a look down and can look back to the group and be like, if we are gonna go inside, we must be on guard. This place looks long abandoned. It does not look stable.
And the windows as well, they look big enough that you could go through them if you wanted to.
Don't worry then, Tarek. This building and I share a lot in common. Long since abandoned and not very stable. Is there any way to climb like a ladder or something up into this place?
From here, yeah, you can like. So the house isn't like raised on flat ground 20 feet up. It's level to the ground, but underneath it there's like a dip that goes down and it's holding it because it's above this gorge, if that makes any sense.
Gotcha. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'd walk over to the wall, window, or front, whatever this mass of blackness is.
I'll follow close behind.
Okay. So
I have
this
my own
area.
plan for getting into this.
Just gonna go through one wall.
Kinda.
Hammer smash.
So
I'm gonna like to my companions. This place looks like it could not withstand a strong wind. Let us put that to the test. And I'm gonna cast Investiture of Wind on myself, which lasts for 10 minutes, and it gives me a fly speed, and it lets me control the wind every turn to deal bludgeoning damage in like a 10-foot radius. And I'm just gonna start tearing the roof apart. I'm gonna direct all my gale force of wind onto the roof of this cabin and start tearing it apart.
okay.
Damn.
So are you guys going into the cabin before he does this, or
I'm
wait?
guessing
I'm not
not.
doing it
I'm
if
sure
they're
he
in
would-
there.
Yeah, I'm sure he would tell us he was going to do this.
I think I go to
before
like
we-
reach for the
They
doorknob.
hear
and
my
just
snappy one-liner, and they're gonna maybe we don't go in yet.
yeah.
I have to make sure. So, okay, so they're about, do you see Tarek and Fiend just start to get up on the side of the house? And it looks like they found a door that they're just gonna kind of go through, and then you hear Toon be like, "Hold on, my friends, I think I have an easier way." And you just start to feel the snow that's kind of lightly drifting by suddenly just go.
Tarek will take a step back off the
starts
off
whipping
the-
up
off the
really
structure.
fast and start to get up there. And then you all kind of take a step
Put a
back.
hand on Fiend's shoulder and kind of guide him
So
backwards.
I'm going to rise up into the air about 60 feet while this is happening and channel the wind that I'm now commanding down. It's actually a 15-foot radius onto the nearest section of roof, and it deals 2d10 bludgeoning damage there. So if it looks rotten in that, I think it might start to break apart. Or
So you basically want to attack the roof of the house.
yes, I'm attacking the house.
All right. Do you have to roll to hit with this spell, or?
No, it does get to make a Constitution saving throw.
Come on, house. Make a
Come on, house.
What you got?
I really wish it was a reflex
on.
save. Do it, house.
Well, the house does not have stats, so
There you go.
it fails. I guess it's Constitution.
Another fight I can win.
What'd you do today, Toon? I beat up a house.
I beat up a house.
I like the idea that Kevin was like, yeah, it'll be a wrestling match. Like, it'll be fine. And me and Ramir are underground, and Toon is attacking a house.
You made these decisions, not
We know.
me.
I'm not adding you. I'm just saying, you were like, yeah, it'll be a wrestling match. And we're like,
I didn't make
play.
you do anything.
Fighting a house.
Surprise, motherfucker.
It's a representation of civilization, which I
Wait,
For all
vehemently
those
oppose.
Witcher players, that's like, oh, there's the main quest, but the side quest, though.
Is this what we call real estate? Is that your woke thing?
Wow.
Wow, 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 wow.
I need Kevin saying, wow, 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 is my audio, like, just for my text.
Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so attempting to blow the roof off this house.
I'm just gonna need you to get all the way off this cliff.
I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down, says Toon.
So it's gonna fail. It does not have stats. So what would the damage be there, sir?
You're looking at 12 bludgeoning damage.
Isn't it double damage to structures? Or is that-
What? Haha.
Right?
Huh.
Right?
15-foot cube of swirling wind centered on a point I can see within 60 feet of me, and I flew like 60 feet above it, and I'm firing this down.
So which 15-foot hole do you want to make in this thing?
Nah. Huh. Let me tell you. Right over here. Can I click? Do you see when I click? You see nothing. Well, I'm flying
There you go.
above it now, and so I'm flying like here, blasting. And I start
Smash.
blasting.
And I starts blasting. So you're about how many feet up in the air?
60 feet.
60 feet in the air.
60.
Can you not hold down? It should pulse like this if you put down your cursor.
Oh,
So where
okay,
where
yeah.
on the roof do you want to hit the 15 feet?
So it's 15 feet, like there.
Here.
That'll do it. Yeah,
So-
there, right there.
That'll do.
I want to break it.
So is the cone like
Wanna wreck it.
is the square footage like 15 across, 15 down?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
15-foot cube,
50 cube. So roll your damage there.
12 damage.
12 damage, right? Top. Okay. So you go and sort of hovering over this rickety old cabin. Wait, friends, I've got an idea. And the wind starts picking up. The snow just starts hitting Toon and Tarek and Fiend's face, just whipping up like pebbles and rocks and hard snow. Just trying to get cover. And as you kind of whip around the wind in a fashion that you can kind of channel and direct it, you just find a point in the roof and it's just like almost like the wind itself just scooped up a bunch of roof tiles and just make this massive hole inside.
Like a mouse.
There. So now all this flailing bits of wooden tiles are just just picked up and fall off to the side of the chasm there that is above.
You could have just used the door.
No, that wouldn't be in line with my idiom.
His rage
I
or
need to
fury.
break the roof.
If you say so. I thought I was the chaotic one.
I'm just a force of nature. Sorry, your house sucked.
So making this giant noticeable hole in this cabin that you see just bits of debris are hitting the floor here. Toon, did you want to go inside the house that way, or did you want to break apart more
I'm
pieces
gonna break apart
of
the
roof?
whole roof. This place doesn't need a roof. It needs to
Okay.
be. I'm gonna find out what's in there by breaking apart the whole roof.
So, this seems like a good time to transition over
Oh, jeez.
to our ladies here as Toon rips apart the roof 15 square inch by 15 square inch. So, Ramira and Farrell looking inside this makeshift seedy gambling room of sorts in this
It's like a speakeasy.
a bit
Yeah,
like an
yeah.
Icewind Dale speakeasy made out of a mining shaft, very, very crude
Yeah, great.
setup here. As that door kind of shuts, you get the feeling very much so that you are stuck in here.
Okay.
They're
for
not
the-
stuck
for the
in
meantime.
here. We're not stuck in here with them. They're stuck in here with
They're
us.
stuck in here with us, yeah. I'm gonna turn towards the doorman. Might I have something to call you by?
My name is Sharkar.
Sharka, well, it is lovely to meet you. If I were to sell this item, could you point me in the right direction?
Selling this item, we don't necessarily sell items here, my dear. We leave it up to chance.
I see.
But
that is-
you're welcome to
yes.
pick any table. I'm certain for that prize there, anyone would be willing to accept you at their game. Isn't that right, everyone? It was like, and everyone's just like trying to get you to come over. And it's a bunch of different types of races and people in here. There's genders of all types, non-gender people, male, female, just a bevy array of seedy sorts.
How are your
She kind of-
gambling skills?
I don't know what stat that would be considered, so I don't know. She kind of
part of that.
gently pouts. Well, I'll be honest, Sharka. I was hoping to sell this. Is there any way I could leave a little bit quietly, save me some of my pride?
You saying you're not here to play?
I was told that I could sell an item here, I'll be honest.
You can, by playing the game. And he has given you a look like, are
We're
you
not getting
supposed to
out of
be here?
No, there's no reason to get cross, Sharka. After all, we've just met each other. Let's keep things nice, shall we?
I agree. Pick a table.
Alright, let me insight check these bitches and see who looks like they're down on their luck.
I was supposed to say, what are they playing?
Yeah, that too.
So we'll do this in two parts. So you want to insight check to see if anyone at certain tables are like got maybe their heads in their hands or like shit, like looks like they're
Yeah.
in dire strait. Okay, roll insight.
Yikes.
Are you're still a bird, right?
I
Phil?
am still a bird, correct.
You are still a bird.
Oh, you think I'm gonna transform now?
30.
Did you say 30?
She got a nat 20.
Especially if I could find like a really shitty dealer. Like someone who's gonna help me out a little bit, whether they know it or not.
Okay, so you're looking around the tables and you're kind of reading different people's expressions and try to suss out like what's a table that seems like I can maybe got my best chances here. And you see various people like rolling dice and doing various games, and some people going yes, like taking in all of these pots of treasure with gold and various items and things that have all been bet on various hands and rolls and things like that. You kind of look over and there's about 3 sets of lines of tables, so like 3, 6, 9 tables altogether. Various sort of shoddily carved out of oak wood tables with just like makeshift felt that's on top of them. Various sort of wooden stools that are all shapes and sizes, some legs that are like not quite even, some that looks like a peg was just put in with like a fork to try to make it stand straight. But as you look over, kind of in that sort of arrangement of those 3 lines, the one table to the far right corner catches your eye a bit as you're kind of going through these tables, sort of looking around, being like, oh, which one do I want to go into? And you look over to the far right, and you just hear someone like, and Rakash here wins! And it was like, yes! And this one human, an older male, a bit bigger boned in size, has a bit of a potbelly stomach, but with like this nice sort of velvet winter coat on that's made of this like this dark blue with like shining buttons on the side, kind of wearing the garments of one of the local guards in town, who's got like this beard that's got like 2 tufts, like big huge mutton chopped beard that comes down to 2 sort of braids that come down here, with a receding hairline with kind of a horseshoe style of hair on the back of his head, is just like this on the table, like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, and is just kind of freaking out a little bit.
I turn my head to my raven friend. If I go back without getting this money, I'm dead.
Kind of just...
I'm going to walk over to said table. I guess like my point is that I'm trying to find somebody like the dealer. What did you say?
Somebody you could easily beat.
Yeah, like someone I could easily catch.
You forget that
like,
I am a raven and can help you cheat.
Well, that too, but she wants to up her odds. I'm going to walk over to that table with the gentleman who looks like they're down on their luck. Is there like a seat open?
There's a few seats open. Like, not these tables aren't all full of people. They could probably sit maybe like, round table, maybe 6 players around the table, and then the dealer here. So at various tables, there's like 4 people playing, 3 people, full 6.
You said this man looks like a guard, correct? Like
he's wearing the coat of a guard.
Does it look like he won it, or does it like fit him illy? Like, has he won it, or is this his? I just want to make a mental note for later.
Yeah. You don't have to make a perception check because you're just right there. It looks like it's a bit tight on him for his voluptuous size.
So something he's probably won. Okay. Thank you.
I'm going to find a seat not right next to anybody in particular, if possible. And as I sit down, I'll say, "Is this table lucky? I hope so."
And they all look on it. You've got 3 other players off to the side there. The human with the tight jacket, another goblin who's just kind of disheveled looking, a big scar on one eye, big fat stogie, his feet kind of just like perched out the top of the stool, not even touching the floor, with no jacket on, but like this buttoned up white garment with some leather sashes that are kind of going down the side that are holstering a small blade over here. And the person on the right is huge in size, kind of looks like maybe like he's half giant of some kind. And just this big burly dude, bald head with a few tattoos running down his arms that look similar to the tattoos that the monk had with the Ghostwood clan that you had seen earlier, kind of in that same.
Oh, fancy.
And they're all just kind of situated around this table with another big, huge sort of orc who's dealing out the game that they're playing. And as you sit down, is this seat taken? They're like, "No, you're welcome to come join us, dear. This one's probably going to crack any minute, though, so I don't know if you want to stake any more of his money. You might have a death on your hands." And they're all just kind of laughing amongst themselves.
A death, more like a mercy killing, honestly.
And as you sit down, he's like, "What's its name?" And the goblin is just like going to like poke out at the bird, pretty much.
I've lovingly called her Raven. It's a bit of a play on words, if you will. I had an old school friend who was also named Raven. Liked her very much.
Yeah, no, as soon as he goes to poke me, I peck his finger. Just
She's not very friendly, though. I apologize. And the big, tall, kind of half-giant, burly looking female is kind of looking out onto you with the raven. He's like, "Well, I hope that your creative gaming is better than your raven naming."
I will literally kill everyone at this table. I'm not gonna lie.
I shall surely try. That's very kind of you.
So, are we ready to play?
It's just Ramira's not.
Me, the player, not Ramira playing.
Okay, so what I am going to have you do, Ramira, is I'm going to have you determine what game you're going to play.
Oh.
So, I need you to roll.
Not me sweating. Holy shit. I thought I was going to sell this and get the fuck out.
You chose this route, you live with it. Roll a d6.
We understand action to consequence, Kevin. Thank you.
It is a 2.
I'm loving this. This is
It's very
great.
exciting, but I'm nervous.
2. And so you see the dealer start to get a set of dice out.
Yikes.
And says, "All right, everyone, you know the deal. Put your bet in the pots, and may Oriel the goddess be on your side." And just puts the hand up like this. And you see the other two start putting in bets of ridiculous size. One puts in a giant pile of gold. The other one puts in like some gold mixed in with some bottled liquid. The other one puts in this giant sword, shield, and also a pile of gold.
Okay, but also if we can take that with us, because you win, Fiend will love us.
True. I'm afraid all I have is this. And then she's gonna pull it out, tink, and then open it up. Will that do?
And then the other 3 people at the table goes, "Holy shit. You say this over here?" And then everyone's just kind of like, "Oh," and everyone's like, "Oh." Like you just pulled out like probably like the richest thing they have seen in a long time. And everyone's just looking at you as you hold this item.
Also, let's not be mistaken. I aim to claim all of my wins tonight. So I hope you have whatever you plan on giving up tonight. And then she closes it. And then you'll understand until the game is won, of course. And then puts it back in her shirt.
I'll say.
"Well, around here, my lady, we put bets on the table, if you don't mind." And there's this kind of eerie sort of silence as he's waiting, just staring at you, waiting for you to put on the table.
And then she's gonna just well, when in Rome. And then puts it down.
"Bets are on the table, everyone. Let's get started." And he starts rummaging the dice around, like with 2 cups, and starts moving them around in a quick succession. "The game, everyone, is Devil's Chance." And he starts to loosely explain the game to those who may not have heard it.
Amazing.
So this is the game that you are going to be playing. Devil's Chance. The player bets an amount. In this case, your Staff of Charming. You are going to choose a number.
38,000.
You are going to choose a number between 1 and 6. I am going to roll 3d6. If one die matches the player's number, they get their bet back plus an equal amount.
Oh.
If 2 dice match the player's number, they get their bet back plus double the amount. If 3 dice match the player's number, they get their money back plus triple the amount.
I'm so scared.
Me too.
Of course, if none of the dice match, the house keeps everything. And
I'm fucked up, boys.
I've made my players play this game as a DM.
And everyone, it is there. We're going to take our break. So,
Oh my god.
we're going to take our break there, everyone, so we can stretch our legs, refill the drinks, because I'm sure a lot of mouths are probably dry right now. So, we will be back here in around 10 minutes' time. So, subscribers of the Dicecream channel or potential subscribers of that sort, we usually do a thing here on the Dicecream Twitch channel where we usually do a giveaway for our subscribers just to thank them for supporting the channel in that way. And, you know, just to keep the love going. But lately we decided to do a bit of a change with the old structure. Instead of giving away a set of dice or a dice tray to one of our subscribers, we thought it'd be kind of fun to change it up in this way. We're going to do the same scenario we've always done during our break screen. When we come back, we're going to have, right now I'm going to have everyone enter a certain keyword into the chat. When we come back, we're going to pick a winner, and that person will be entered to play a one-shot with me as the DM, to be decided at a later date next month in February. So, and if you are not a subscriber and you'd like to play, please, by all means, you can subscribe to the channel and you will be allowed to enter into the pot. And we're going to do this every week. So we'll do this for the next consecutive weeks till we have a group of players, and then we'll find a date and play a game. So if you are a subscriber, this is your chance to shine. And if you are not a subscriber to the Dicecream Twitch channel and are looking for a fun game to play, why don't you consider hitting that subscribe button? Or if you got a free Twitch Prime sub, that doesn't cost you anything. So yeah, guys, what should the keyword be?
Havoc.
Bet.
Gamble.
Bet.
Gamble or bet is a good one.
Yeah.
Bet?
Bet.
All right, bet will be the keyword. B-E-T. Put that in Twitch chat. And doesn't matter where you're from, the States, Canada, worldwide, because we're playing a game. We don't got to deliver anything, so shipping costs don't matter. So thanks, everybody. We will return here shortly. Do not go away, because this is going to get pretty damn interesting. See you in 10 minutes, guys. And we're back, everyone. Thank you so much for keeping it tight, I don't know what I'm saying. Thank you for sticking around. I tried to come up with a clever thing.
Thanks, keeping it tight. Keep it real, guys.
Keeping it like on, I thought I was like, yeah, 90s MTV DJ sounds good. Let's just do that.
It's not our beach episode. Calm down.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone who entered into the contest, and thank you to the 2 new subscribers for joining the Dicecream Twitch channel. Really appreciate everyone. Thank you so very much. So it's here that we'll play our favorite game, is Nightbot Drunk? Because sometimes Nightbot works, sometimes it doesn't work. So we'll just see right now who this week's winner is to be entered into that one shot. Nightbot, take it away, you drunk idiot. Let's see if it works. And hey, Cillian21!
Nice.
Huzzah! Could not have gone to a more awesome supporter of the channel. Thank you, Cillian. you are entered into playing our one shot that will have take place in February. So thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you all so much for those who subscribed this session. And for those who entered and did not win, do not worry, because every Monday you'll have a chance to re-enter and get yourself into that game. So thank you all so much for the support. We really, really do appreciate it, everyone. All right. Well, with that out of the way, let us come back to that cliffhanger we left at.
I didn't think you were going to say cliff. I thought you were going to say clusterfuck.
To that clusterfuck.
Same thing, honestly. Same thing.
Works either way.
As the dealer had explained the game that you were going to play, and seeing everyone's bets put into the middle of the table for the pot, we are going to just quickly, I'm going to play the other three, and then we're going to get to Rhaenyra. So the big hulking female half giant puts her thing into the pot, her gold and all of her fun items, and everyone's rolling dice, and they all put a six-sided die in front of you as the dealer has his own die in a cup. The giant rolls, gets a 6, and the dealer rolls their dice. 2 6s and a 3 the half giant got. So if 2 dice match the player's number, they got their money back plus double the amount. So that half giant goes, and like their bellow just shakes the table and any kind of whiskey cups that are around you. As the goblin bartender that looked similar to the doorman of sorts at the start kind of goes over to you to see a hand kind of poke out from underneath the table. I think you're gonna need this, honey. And just like hands you like a little cup of whiskey.
Thank you.
And just like waddles back over to the makeshift bar. Second person rolls their dice. This is the goblin with the big fat stogie out of their mouth. Also rolled a 6. Dealer shakes up his dice. 4, 2, and 3. House wins as the dealer just takes his massive orc arms and whoosh, puts the pot over to his side of the table. The goblin goes, "Oh God, damn it!" and just starts to like put the stogie on the ground. It's like shit, and is just super fucking upset. Then we get to the voluptuous human.
Rotund even.
It's a great way to describe things, I think. Rolls his dice, gets a 1. Dealer then shakes their dice. 4, 4, and 2. The dealer, sorry there, mate, better luck next time. Puts over the collection of his gold over to the dealer's side. So the half giant with with her big, huge shield and sword with some gold just starts to puts like the sword in the ground, puts the shield next to her as the human's just going, oh God, what am I gonna tell the wife? Oh no. And it's just like visibly already was in shitty circumstances, just probably made it 10 times worse. And as that happens, Rhaenyra, as you're trying to keep your calm, cool, and collective, you see 2 members out of the 3 lose their die. She looks over to you. All right, newcomer, let's see what you got. And have you roll your d6, please.
We shall see indeed. 3.
3. So either roll the 3 on the table. The dealer shakes up his dice. This is so crazy. Shakes up his dice.
I'm so scared.
I'm going to show you this on the camera.
Oh no, I lost, didn't I? Oh my God, I'm so scared. I can't see it on my eyeballs.
2, a 6,
God.
and a 6.
John is gone.
As the dealer rolls his dice with none of the numbers correlating The dealer just looks at you. He's like, sorry, my dear. Them's the bricks, as they say. Goes over to your staff. Puts it over to his side of the table. As John evaporated into the space.
I literally cast Disintegrate on John just now.
Mark it off your sheets, guys. John left it there.
I was about to say, mark it off your bingo sheets, everyone.
Oh my god.
I attack now? I attack now.
No, I'm gonna like kind of
Please,
whisper
no.
to the bird. Do I double or nothing this? I double. Oh fuck.
Yeah, you do, and then you just run away. If you don't get it.
And then I'm gonna kill everyone. Do it.
As the bird.
Bet me.
This is
As
gonna make
no,
the
I'm
best
not gonna
clip
bet my
ever.
Bet
bird.
me. Bet me. I will
as I say,
stab them later.
No.
Bet me.
No.
So, guys, the bad
You
news is
say-
we're in debt to the mob.
As I lean over and I go, do I double or nothing? And
That'll
you
be the first
do you
time then.
squawk?
Yeah, squawk.
Double or nothing.
Double or nothing. Looks like someone's catching on, everyone. Everyone's just clinking glasses and continue on with their
It is
gambling.
my husband's money after all.
Well, he ain't here now, is he? Well, double or nothing, you say?
Yes.
What do you have to offer, my dear?
That's a great question. Let me look over my things.
I was just like, bet me. Let's go.
I don't think they want my bird.
I will literally just turn into a tiefling later and stab them. It's fine.
Oh my god.
I want you to go back to the party and tell them I bet Farrell.
How about this? I put the cloak
I
of
lost
mana.
Farrell on the bet. Sorry, Tyler.
Eric would never forgive you.
No, she told me to do it.
I put the cloak of mana ray up.
Okay,
Shoot.
let's see how much that item is worth.
Oh, god
I
damn.
bought it for 600. I don't know what the actual value is.
But you also bought it from Ilya.
True.
Bet me. Bet me, do it.
They don't want my pet bird.
You don't know that. I'm so tempted to just get on the table and kick over the dice.
Cloak of the Manta Ray is worth 5,000 gold.
It's worth what? No.
Ilya liked you.
Oh, Ilya. God, you know what? I don't care what's in that letter anymore. She can have whatever she wants. Yeah,
I still care.
We should be able to cover it to a degree.
Oh, and you just kind of put out your pack, this nice woven manta ray cloak that is kind of like this sort of dusky blue black material with the golden filigree that's kind of outlining it, with this big hood and one sort of flap kind of tied to one side with a little tiny tail that kind of comes out the end as both ends of the cloak kind of point down on either side. Cloak of the Manta Ray, eh? Anyone want to go for a swim in the sea of moving ice anytime soon? And they all just kind of laugh as like Icewind Dale's fucking waters are freezing cold. And he's like, but it is worth a pretty penny. We'll take that bet, my dear. Okay. Do you all three want to put back in the pot? And they're all just like, and the half giant's like, I'm riding high, let's do this. And it's just like super sure of themselves, as the other three are just sitting there like contemplating. And the goblin is like, rummages in his pocket, pulls out another huge fat stogie unlit. He's like, I'm gonna ride this out. Snaps off the end, puts on this lighter of his that's this like nice silver and gold lighter that he snatches on.
Nothing like losing a crisp 43k, am I right?
And the rest of them all seem to try to get back the loss. They're gonna also get back in. So putting on various items, gold on the table. Hill giant, or the half giant, rolls a 6. The dealer, a 6, 4, and 3. That half giant is just riding high. So I believe they got 1. So they get their money back plus an equal amount. So once again, the dealer's just like, oh, you are just doing so well tonight, my friend. Puts back the pot over to her. The goblin rolls his dice. A 1. Dealer rolls their dice. The goblin's like, come on. Just fat stogie in his mouth. 2, 2, and 3. He loses again. God damn it! Just breaks the goddamn cigar. He's like, I'm out. I am not gonna have the show on my back if I continue with this. He just hops off his stool and just frustratingly walks away. Human puts on a pile of gold and a piece of parchment of sorts. And just looking at the writing of it, it looks like it's the deed to his house. And
okay, at least I'm not that desolate.
The human rolled a 3. And the dealer rolls 2, 2, and a 5. The dealer takes the pile and is like, sorry, friend, you gotta learn when to quit sometimes, you know? And he just has this look of just utter shock and disbelief. Like he doesn't know what he's going to do from now on as the dealer just swipes over that side to him. Then we come back to you, Rhaenyra. Maybe you'll do better this time, my friend.
I believe in you, Rhaenyra.
Yes, maybe I will, God's hoping. Come on, Moonweaver. A 3.
A 3.
Can I divine intervention pray to myself in this moment? I do have a channel divinity that I can like, that I could be like, ayo, Moon Lady, help a person out. Divine intervention, I can roll a percentile. And if the number rolled is equal to or less than my cleric level, then they will intervene.
Goddess of the moon, please help shake this dice.
I'm like, Moon Lady, please.
I'm
this
literally
is for good
gonna
reason,
jump
I
on
swear.
the table and as a raven kick over the dice if this doesn't work.
No.
Roll your percentile die as you start to mutter a prayer underneath your breath. What would you like to say to the Moonweaver?
Moon Lady, I swear this is for good reason. Please don't let me get my ass handed to me when I go back home. And that's what she says. Oh no, it's not good, folks. It's a 90. No way, Jose.
Unfortunately, does not come through. You kind of say that prayer and you just look around for any kind of sign that it might have been recognized. Nothing except stale cigar smoke, whiskey, and just body odor.
I can respect that. I was hoping one last prank from the goddess would help me out, but still. All right. 3s it is.
You rolled a 3. As the dice roll down.
Oh my god. Cut my life into pieces.
You got
Is that a 3?
a 1, a 4, and a 3.
Oh, I got it back! Yes!
So you got the manta ray cloak plus an equal amount as the orc dealer goes, looks like someone's smiling on you today, my dear. And
It was
as
double or nothing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was double or nothing, yeah?
he doesn't accept that. It's just whatever the game.
What? I thought
It's
that
what
we
the
said
game
double or
says.
nothing, but that's fine.
Sorry, let me take that step back. Did you say to the orc double or nothing?
Yeah, I did, and then
Yeah.
that was my collateral.
Okay.
Gifted.
Gib
Gib.
I'm
money.
not taking this man's home.
Gib.
We now live here.
So, but the 3 indicates you get the item back plus an equal amount. So double or nothing is you would get double the amount back. So instead of 5,000 gold, you would get 10,000 gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, if they didn't accept my double or nothing, that would be correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So as that happens, he puts the pot over and goes, "Looks like someone is smiling on you today, my dear." And pushes back your cloak and then takes out this sack and just...
As I take it, and I don't know if smiling is the right word that I'm going to have when I go back, but it is something. So thank you.
As you kind of think that to yourself, you think, maybe the Moonweaver was hearing my prayer after all. And he looks at you and says, "All right, looks like some people have left the table. You gonna ride this out, my dear?"
Quit while you're ahead.
I'm really all right. I don't need my husband coming for my head. I'll take this and go.
Much obliged. Drinks all around, everybody. We've got a successful winner for once. And then everyone's just like, and some people going, like,
I'm gonna raise that one whistle
Like
that
Fiend.
I was given and then shoot it. All right, Raven, let's get the fuck out of here.
10k. That's something.
And as you get up to leave, we are going to switch over.
Oh God.
You scared the shit out of me just now. I was like, what?
I had the stats for 3 different creatures pulled up. I was like, let's go.
Back to our boys and the cabin in Icewind Dale. So,
Why is there a tear running down my face? I'm not sad.
in the time that it
Melted
took
snow.
to do that, Toon has successfully fairly much ripped up all of the roof in
Good.
this cabin area.
I hate roofs.
Yeah.
Prisons for
Alright.
the soul.
And around you are just heaps and piles of wood and just bits of just destruction all around, as Toon's just been as you and as Tarek and Fiend are kind of sitting out by, just like watching this fully mammoth Luxodon just swoop down and take chunks out of this roof. But after some time, that last blast, and there's just this huge crater where the roof used to be, leaving all of it open.
Perfect.
Do you guys just go
I would
inside?
like to have
Yeah.
a look around.
So we'll say that you start in this middle area here.
Hmm.
Right here.
Sounds like a plan.
So, starting off in this main room. So this room contains the lingering smells of burnt wood and flesh. You also catch the faint odor of wine. Snow has fallen through holes in the roof, much bigger now, then being pushed into corners by stiff winds blowing through broken windows, which is much more apparent now. The walls and furniture are scorched black, including a table with the charred remains of a book on it. Next to the table, on the floor, amid several broken wine bottles, is a mostly incinerated skeleton in a round, frost-covered object about 6 inches in diameter.
Right, Toon, I think that's the thing you're looking for.
I believe it may be.
Be careful picking that thing up.
So I'm gonna fly down to wherever that frost-covered object is and inspect it more closely.
This thing?
The thing? Where's the thing?
It's just like looking down at Fiend's feet. This thing.
Let me just contemplate where that is. There's just a moment.
I feel like maybe this thing incinerated him if it's still on the floor.
Your thoughts mirror my own.
So
Perhaps
we'll
it's not finished yet.
Perhaps touching it is not the best thing, then. Unless you want it to be incinerated. I
not
certainly
touching
do
it.
not.
So Toon, you go over to the item and you pick it up.
Oh, what? No.
No?
Oh, no. Slow your roll, cat.
Sorry.
Poking it with a stick right now is all.
Sorry. Okay. So you're standing above it, right? You're both
I
on
want
the.
a better look at this thing. I'm not just...
Terry
Okay.
will come over and have a look.
Sorry if I got ahead of myself there. I need to suss out what's
Okay.
happening. So, Toon and Fiend, you are on the floor of the cabin. You are
Terry
looking at
is
the
also
item.
looking at it.
Okay. So you're looking at it from over there. You're all just looking at it.
I'm
and-
suspicious that it scalified this man.
Okay. So you're just kind of poking it with a stick.
What's it look like? Is it glowing? Is it kind of red?
So the item, it looks like a 6-inch diameter gyroscope, featuring 2 scorched rings, kind of inlaid with runes, and a dense chunk of coal at its core.
All right. I would like to make an Arcana check to inspect this thing and see if I can read the runes and understand them.
Do you want to do an Arcana check to see if you can read the runes?
Yeah. See if they'll give me more information on this thing.
Sure. Yeah. Make an Arcana check.
9.
At this moment, it's really hard to make out what the runes are. They're a bit scratched up, kind of like it's been worn down over time. So like it's kind of difficult to make out what they are at this point.
All right. I could move this thing with Investiture of Wind, but we probably want to actually get a hold on it.
Can I take a look at it? Can I like crouch down and take a look at it myself and see if I can make it out?
Sure thing. You get down to it and you want to make an Arcana check as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Derek, do you have Eyes of the Runekeeper?
I do. Would that make any difference here? I did just roll a natural 19, plus 2, so 21. But also Eyes of the Runekeeper. So, any written language I understand.
Let me just see my notes. Where are your notes? So you're looking at this thing, trying to read the runes on this item.
Mm-hmm.
Again, for some reason, just when you're looking at it, you're trying to ascertain what these runes are, but they're heavily scratched up. They're a bit, they're a bit hard to read.
This thing is broken beyond repair. I can't make it out, even with my ability to read. It's no longer words. It's meaningless.
Yeah, I'm gonna use Investiture of Wind, which I can control the wind in a 15-foot area. I'm gonna use that to move it 10 feet because I can do that if it has no way of resisting and it's smaller than the large size. And I'm gonna like lift it up with the wind and just place it on the table to see if it does anything.
Okay. So the rest of you sort of surrounded around this item. You see Toon kind of just like, wait 1 second, with Tara kind of looking down on it. Toon, the winds start picking up from this huge hole in the roof that you've now made with snowfall coming down. As this gust, you kind of just almost controlling like a nearby gust of wind to kind of get picked up in your hand as this makeshift sort of almost makeshift tornado is just spinning around your hand, as you can just see bits of dust and dirt and rock and snow just kind of creating this mini cyclone of sorts as you kind of just bend your hand down and lift the item up.
There it is.
Suddenly, as you're lifting this item up into the air, the core glows with a golden radiance as bright as a candle flame. The light suddenly blossoms, becoming a 10-foot radius sphere of incinerating golden radiance centered on the device. You are both very close to this thing.
If I see that happening, can I very quickly cast a spell?
You can't. This happens instantaneously. I need all of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, boy.
11 plus 4 for 15.
15, 16.
11.
You all fail.
Oh,
Nice.
I need all of my dice.
oh my God.
Wait, this is a 10-foot radius?
Yes.
Centered around the item.
Send it around so it catches all of us right now.
I moved it 10 feet away.
As soon as you
as it
picked
was
it up
lifted
from
up.
the wind, as soon as it left the floor, it activated instantaneously.
I hope it's fire damage.
Me too.
I hope it's healing.
What are your max HPs?
80?
120.
120.
John, you said yours is 80?
Mm-hmm.
This dealt 95 damage.
What?
What kind of damage?
Yeah, what damage?
Radiant damage.
That's not one I can resist.
Neither. 95? Christ.
Gonna kill that turtle.
So, as this happens, you just see this radiance just start to burn and almost just like a radiant bomb. And you're all blown backwards, smacking against the walls. And for those of you that can catch, you just see Fiend smack against another wall.
Ragdoll.
And as you all kind of wake up, your vision's blurred like you just got knocked out of the stratosphere. And as your vision kind of becomes clear, you see Fiend start to get up. And Fiend, you feel funny. Like your body is lighter than air. As you look at your hand,
Can I healing word and run at him and heal him?
Fiend turns to dust on the floor.
If I may. No!
Tarek's going to try and pull himself to his feet and just rush over to his quickly disintegrating body. Is he still conscious as this is happening? I'm just going to take his other hand that hasn't disintegrated yet and just be like, Fiend, just...
It's climbing up his body. Half of his body is still there, but it's climbing fast.
Fiend, no, you can't. He's gonna go for his healing potion. Take this now. Fiend. No response. Are his eyes open?
As he goes to take the bottle, his hand falls out of it and ding, 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 falls on the floor.
Fiend.
As the body starts to slowly turn to dust up to his neck.
Fiend, no.
Is there anything you'd like to say, Fiend? Says nothing as his head floats down, and you just see this dusted imprint of his body on the floor.
Is there anything left?
Doesn't appear to be.
But not even bones?
Disintegrated.
Fiend.
As this happens,
No.
your eyes
No.
shut for a moment, Fiend, as the disintegrate takes you over, and all you see is black. Some time passes. Your eyes suddenly then open. And you are floating above your body where Tarek and Toon are. You look up at your hands. Your body is translucent, with the end of your legs in this kind of spiritual wisp. And then you look over around the room to the other corner, and you see another spiritual figure. This gnome figure on the other side, with his arms crossed, looking at you. You fucking touched it, didn't you?
No.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, that's even worse.
Apparently. Are we dead?
I'm gonna say not quite. I mean, we're here. I mean, mostly. But, like, you're here, and I'm here. So, I want to say this is an ethereal plane of some kind.
What's the name of Tarek's patron?
I don't think you
He
know.
has yelled it
You-
once.
Did he?
He did.
Yeah.
During the cave
Shit.
fight, he did yell it once, yes.
Does he remember it, though?
Which one did you yell? I don't remember which one. It was not.
I remember. I want to know. Does he
The-
remember, though?
Big horned one.
Yeah.
And if we're going to talk about history, I got a 17 plus 1 is 18.
Yeah, if that check, if Tarek had mentioned it before.
He did. He
I mentioned his Hexblade patron, yeah, by name.
He yelled at him in the cave fight.
Yep, and then you would know.
Fuck. What's his name, Ben?
Kevin knows it.
Thanks for that.
Kevin, let me do some quick type.
Yep.
Wait, do you want me to send you the name?
Oh, so you know it off the top of your head, Ben, so you can say it.
I don't know off the top
Oh.
of my head. I would have to find it as well.
It's hard to pronounce, I know that.
Yes, it's a different. Yes, I have two patrons. One of them's very hard to pronounce, and it's that one.
Let me just. I do have it on me. I just have to go through the file here.
I have it saved. Oh, I've got it. Hold on. Let me send it to you because I'm not going to try and pronounce it again. I will just DM it to you. Actually, I'll send it to you and tell us. I will DM it to you.
Okay.
Yep.
Fraz, Fraz, F-R-A-Z, Herb Lou. URBLUU. Fraz or blue? Fraz or blue?
Fiend just long shot, but Fraz or blue?
Whoa! Wait!
Are you paying attention?
Wait! What are you doing? What are you doing?
Summoning a spirit to the spirit realm.
No, look, hey, stop, wait, just hold on, okay? Before you start inviting weird fucking people in here, just hold on, okay?
How do I get back to my body? Say it now.
Okay, look, I've been working on this thing for a long time. It did the same thing to me, and I've been floating around here hoping that a friend would fucking come check up on me, but it seems like he's taking his sweet-ass time, and I was kind of hopeful you were the rescuing party, but...
We were.
Okay, look, the device, I've been working on this thing, okay? I think there's a way that we can reverse whatever it did, okay? Just don't be inviting strange fucking people in here.
My patience is thinning. I have a wrestling match to get to.
Okay. Look, as far as I know, I've had some time to think about this because I've been in this state for quite some fucking time. It looks like we can affect the environment around us slightly.
Right.
If there's a way that we can just let them know you're here, maybe we can help them fiddle with the device and put back what we did.
Mr. Fiend tries to trace in the dust that was his body, just TARIC.
Okay, and so just as a spirit, I'm just gonna let you know, as you're kind of floating around, just trying to see what you can do. You got a flying speed of 30 feet.
Ooh.
That you can hover. You can pass through solid surfaces that are visible on the material plane. And you can make ability checks based on dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma only. It applies no modifiers to these checks. As an action, as a spirit, you can attempt to exert around up to 5 pounds of force on a creature or object no more than 5 feet away from it in the material plane. So to write like a message on a frosty or sooty surface, you're gonna have to make a charisma check.
And that's with no bonus.
Yes.
Natural 1.
So as you go to try to write your name, the spirit body is very, very new. As you're trying, and your hand just...
Gnome, get over here and write. Or when we get brought back, I will disintegrate you again.
Make an intimidation check.
16.
You start saying some freaky fucking shit that he kind of had an inkling as to what it was. He's like, okay, just don't be saying weird. Okay, I'll try. And he is going to make his own charisma check. Okay, I've been practicing this a lot. I've been trying to write help in the goddamn snow as much as I can, but it just seems to get blown over all the fucking time. And he
just write woke.
Okay. You can just see him trying to concentrate as this gnome starts to very carefully, starting with W, in the dust on the ground. And the Toon and Tarek, as the two of you are just like wrestling with whatever the fuck just happened, what can you do? You look at the dust on the floor that was his body, and you just start to see movement in the dust.
Tarek just holds up a hand to to Toon, just like, wait.
And you see a W
Just watching it, yeah.
being written in the dust. Then an O. Then a K. And then an E.
That's it.
That's it.
I don't understand.
Is this some sort of sick joke?
Stand back. Get away from that device.
I'm not near it.
Good. At
To
this
the
point,
side of the room, I believe it's still the other side of the room because we got blown across the room.
Yeah.
To the other side.
And the spirit is going to gesture over to Fiend. He said, "Look, I have plans in my laboratory. That's just around the corner of this cabin. Okay, if we could give him those plans, it might be able to give them a clue as to help to fucking fix this thing."
I'm gonna try and destroy it.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on in the spirit world, and that's what my character would be going ahead and actively trying to do, and hoping that if it somehow captured him, that's gonna let him go.
So do you say this out loud?
I'm gonna use Investiture of Wind to like raise this thing up and hurl it into that chasm, and then I'm gonna start raining down ice and rocks on it, whatever I'm able to.
Toon, wait. You saw what that did to Fiend.
Exactly.
Don't
This
go
shouldn't
anywhere near
exist. This
Don't
technology
go
is
near
an
it.
abomination.
The last time you tried to touch it, look what it did to Fiend.
I tore this house apart. It did not go off then. Why now? What cruelty of fate? What malicious device is this? I will end it.
As you have that conversation,
I'm staying well away from it.
the MacLeod spirit and Fiend hears this going on, and MacLeod says to Fiend, "No, don't let him destroy it. If they destroy it, we'll never fucking get back to our body. Don't just write something. Just do something."
Fiend goes for a 5-pound slap on Toon.
Roll charisma check.
That is a 17.
Toon, you suddenly just feel this 5-pound across your face.
Your magic will have to be stronger than that, Tarek. You will not drive me from my path.
No.
What
No.
are you talking about?
No.
You think striking me, such a weak blow, will air me from my course?
I didn't touch you. Nor would I.
Fiend
At
over
this
in the corner trying to write no.
At this point, snow has begun to obviously collect on the floor as you've made a huge no roof on top of this thing. So there is lots of areas for you, Fiend, to write messages to them if you'd like.
I'm gonna try to write need device to come back.
Roll a charisma check.
Oh fuck. 11.
You're getting more used to your new spirit body as you start to just constantly like fucking work, and you start to okay, and it starts to work as you write that message into the snow. As the two of you are arguing with what to do with the device, you kind of just look around and you start to see words being made in the snow, similar.
Dash Fiend.
Wait. I point to the snow as this interaction has been going on. Lightning has been starting to spark off Tarek's body as he starts to get angry at everything that is going on. But then he sees this. I actually rolled a wisdom save for him. He does see this, and just the lightning just slowly stops, and he just raises a hand, just like wait, and points to the snow that you can see moving. It moves over to where the message is written. What did it say?
It said need device to come back. And actually, instead of dash fiend, it probably says just the letter U and then the drawing of like a penis.
What new devilry is this?
Fiend.
Is it him, though?
He's still here.
Ask you something only Fiend would know. He was destroyed. We witnessed this. This could be some trick.
Oh shit! And the spirit is like freaking out. Macretus is just like, do you know anything about him that maybe only he knows? Or you know? Yeah, do you know anything about him that maybe only you would know to prove that it's you and not some crazy fucking demon spirit or something?
Tarek,
what is
spent
the
a great
name?
deal of time with Mats.
Give me a moment. What is the name of the most important person in my life?
I'm drawing a blank. I know a better way to answer this one. And I try to write Lilith because I know that'll give him a small dig at the same time.
Roll a
How to
charisma.
spell it. Is that 1 L or 2?
Roll a charisma check.
That is a 10.
You go to put your finger in the snow, and the first time you try it, it goes through again.
Ooh.
Not making any purchase. And you just kind of concentrate, and you're able to make contact with the snow as you just, with all of your might and all of your concentration, write Lilith.
Oh my god, this is exhausting.
He's here. And just as much an idiot as ever.
How far away is your lab, you fucking gnome?
Hey, look, I made this thing as best as I could. It wasn't my fault.
You shouldn't be tampering with nature itself. So says the big woolly mammoth that's about to break your device.
Well, Jesus Christ, people were dying. People being sacrificed. We just wanted to put things back to the way they were, the way the nature intended. We're just trying to redo whatever that crazy bitch Ariel did.
I have,
That crazy bitch.
I'm going to cast Commune with Nature in hopes that will let me talk to them. It takes 10 turns. I'm going to start doing it now, though.
Okay. So Toon kind of sits cross-legged on the ground and starts to try to attempt to commune with the spirit world.
From what it looks like he's doing, Gnome, we have a soft minute or so before he attempts to destroy that device again. So, spit it out.
Right.
You said Ariel.
Ariel, the Frost Maiden, the one that did all this crazy shit? Turned the fucking winters into everlasting, forever type shit?
Right. And why did it seem like you were so secretive about it?
Because she's god of winter and ice. Could be listening. I don't know. I don't exactly know the extent of her power. Just trying
Ariel, the Frost Maiden, if you can hear me.
No.
I'll kill this fucking gnome if you bring me back to life. And destroy this device.
He was kidding. He's kidding.
It was nothing to be scared of. Dear gnome. Now, draw an arrow pointing to your laboratory and write lab. Help. I'm exhausted.
Look, I'm just gonna go fucking get it. We can still lift things, and just starts to go through the wall in a spirit form. And goes to his laboratory. Takes about just a few seconds. And comes back. And the rest of you on the outside with Toon kind of sitting cross-legged and Tarek trying to ascertain what still is going on. You see this floating piece of paper, this long piece of paper just floating in the air. Almost mimicking it's floating in the air of sorts.
I'm going to try and grab it out of the air. Read what's on it.
So you grab it, and it does. This piece of parchment contains blueprints of the device.
What does this mean? Kind of just talking to the air. It's like, what do I do with this?
I try to write fix it. Forehead.
Roll charisma.
16.
So he does write that
With
in
elegance.
the snow, in cursive. In this.
Fix it. Fix it how?
Have 10 turns gone by?
Not yet.
There.
How would I know how to fix this thing? This thing is an abomination of nature. Can't.
How does he fix? Oh wait, yes. You no, Mir.
Okay, look. As far as I can take this, he's got the blueprints.
Mm-hmm.
Now you and I can walk him through where to make the changes,
Right.
so we can reverse what happened to us and get our fucking bodies back.
Let's do it.
Okay. Okay.
You begin riding over there, and I'll ride over here.
Okay. And as the two of you kind of part in the snow, the spirit starts to write in the snow, fix device, look at blueprint. And as he's starting to write that in the snow, Tune, your commune with nature, do you roll a dice? How exactly does that
I roll nothing. But I do have an understanding of all undead within 3 miles of me right now.
Oh, do you?
There are. Yeah. So I'm going to know that if there's two spirits and they're classified as undead, even if I can't see them, I would know that they're around and in my immediate vicinity. And if there have been more things skelefied by this goddamn abomination, I would know about them as well if they're within 3 miles.
And does that work in the ethereal plane as well?
If the planes are overlapping and you're like continuity of things, then yeah. Okay.
So you sit there trying to commune as Tarek is just like, what the fuck? He's like, this floating blueprint has come into play, but you're so zoned in on what you're doing. You're just slowly meditating and blocking out everything as Tarek's voice and everything around you just starts to get quieter and quieter and quieter. I'm gonna have you roll just a straight D20 for me.
Natural 1.
Oh, after all that time.
I slump over onto the orb and everybody dies.
No, I am staying out of it.
You fall asleep and go, oh no. So even with a 1, as you are trying so hard to get a sense of other spirits around, anything else happening in the vicinity around you, concentrate, and everything around you just becomes slow until like it just feels like you have earmuffs over you that just get rid of all sound. And it's only for a slight second. But you hear this faint whispering of an argument.
You stupid fucking gnome.
But with that 1, it's not enough to make you feel reassured about what your prefixed ideas are. You just hear this, like the faintest of a muffled breath.
Mance's spirit may have lingered on here. I can't. This perverse machination is tearing the natural laws around us.
I want to break it so bad. I want to break it. But I don't, and I won't.
Tarek's gonna look over the blueprint and try and see if he can work something out.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing on the question about the blueprint. Are the runes on the blueprint? Because I can read them if they're on there, because they're not scratched out. Because I's the rune keeper.
Mm-hmm.
We know an artificer. We can get her, fetch her, bring her here. She can fix this.
There might not be time. We don't know how long his spirit will linger.
Well, very well. We'll do it ourselves.
I'm gonna cast heal on both him and me, so we both get 70 hit points back.
70. Oh.
Yeah, just
Nice.
flat 70. Just boom.
Thank you.
Gnome, what is your name?
As MacLeod.
MacLeod, that's right. I don't like that name. Fucking gnome, come here. Tell me if I should write a diagram telling them where to put the certain devices back in place. Also, do they need any special tools, or can they do this by hand, like a barbarian?
I believe.
Can I interact with him as a spirit?
Slap him.
Again, you have that sort of 5-pound pressure.
Oh, okay. So even interact with him, it would be
Yeah.
a 5-pound pressure. It's not worth the effort.
So he describes to you that that the device had a bit of a design flaw, and he was trying to fix it, but then in fixing it, just blew him out of the stratosphere. So
he broke it.
Look, I tried my best. Okay, we don't have time for this. Okay, look,
It goes there.
we gotta just guide them through. Look, there's some smith tools in my shop that they can use. There's some metals. Look,
You start writing out the plan, and I'm gonna go get the tools.
okay. And on that blueprint, Tarek, the runes themselves don't seem to have. He hadn't written what the runes means in this blueprint. More or less, just like how to physically.
So I can't read specifically what the actual runes themselves translate to, because it's any
Correct.
written language.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But the blueprint itself has the designs to put things like it shows how he made it, where things go where, and how to recalibrate it.
Can
to where-
I, looking at both the device and comparing it against the blueprint, can I make a educated guess as to what needs changing, fixing, doing?
Yeah, you can make an insight check into the device to try to see.
Insight? Ooh.
Yeah.
17 plus 5.
17 plus
22.
5. So
I'm
This-
proficient in insight.
this obviously, you look at the blueprints, you're looking at the device. There's clearly a design flaw of some kind. And as MacLeod is kind of helping Fiend kind of give you hints as to what's going on, he's written in the snow a few messages. One of them that says that the device's rings unable to contain magical enemy or energy, unable to contain the magical energy that the core puts out.
Same thing to
It's
two.
enemy, and then just like wipes the snow off and just rewrites it. It's like,
Energy.
magical enemy. Oh,
And as you look at the
spirits make spelling mistakes.
as you look at the blueprint of the device, it looks like a third ring has to be attached to the device. And this new ring it must have runes runes like those that appear on the other 2 rings.
Third ring.
And as this happens, as Fiend goes over to that laboratory and then comes back with some smith tools and some metal, just kind of once again floating in the air.
I'm just gonna look up from a gee. Really enjoying this spirit thing, aren't you, Fiend? Of course you are. He'll just kind of take the tools from him. I'm just gonna look over the blueprint. There wasn't, with the tools that he brought back, he didn't bring them back like a third ring or anything, did he?
He just brought metal and the smith's tools. So in the writing again, Macretius goes into the snow and basically tells you craft a third ring.
Okay, I can do this.
Different handwriting, forehead.
All right, I can do this.
And starts to put kind of notes in the snow, melt down in fire, recast using tools.
Okay. Tarek will start doing that as best he can, using the fire that he can summon from things like Firebolt and stuff like that, and using that as best as he can to...
Toon, what are you doing while this is going on? Did you want to help Tarek at all do this, or are you just kind of still in disbelief of the situation?
I'm mostly containing my instinct to destroy this abominable machination. But I will help supply fire as well. I have the bonfire cantrip.
Okay.
So I can just hold that there.
Yeah, I think if you were going to do that, we'd probably, because of the house itself, take this outside and find a space.
Well, do we know there's a laboratory nearby now?
I'm guessing so. I mean, we can guess that all the tools came from there. Yeah, actually, yeah. I would go and
metal
check.
There, in which case we use non-magic and actually just stoke a furnace so that we can.
Yeah, I'll go check this place that the floating tool seemed to come from.
Hey, Kevin, when I went to get the tools, is there any way I could have tried to reach out to this Frost Maiden again? Now that the gnome wasn't around?
As you went to go get the smith's tools?
Yeah.
Sure, if you like.
I can't make any sort of extra checks, so I guess I'll just wail out in the direction that those big owls were flying off in.
What would you like to say?
Frost Maiden, if you can hear me, I'm sick of natural games. There's a plan afoot to foil you, and I'd like to make a deal.
Okay. You just sort of shout that into the ether.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, well, the tools must go.
Don't get any sort of immediate response to that.
Sounds good. Then obviously I brought the tools back.
Okay. So, with the metal and tools down put on your side and following the blueprints instructions of how to kind of craft this ring, Tark, do you have Tinker's tools?
I do not currently.
God, we gotta go call my ex-girlfriend. She was a blacksmith.
Hang on. I don't. Hang on. Hold on. I'm gonna message you something, Kevin.
You can use Mjolnir for.
Hang on.
Yeah. Greatest weapon and object of creation. Thor's hammer, Mjolnir. We can just smash it open.
All right. Get a message from Tarek.
That is my message, Kevin. That is up to your discretion.
He's gonna sneak attack me, isn't he? I knew it.
That's cool. Me and Ramiro are gonna run away together.
Tarek, roll a history check.
Oh, shit. Okay. 18 plus 2, so unnatural 20.
Yeah, you remember.
Yes? Oh, shit. Okay, so yes. Yes, then. I suppose I would.
Are you producing the fire yourself, or is Toon is just kind of like trying to contain himself and just let you do this?
I'll go. So if I go to this laboratory, does there seem like in this room anything I could specifically use to help make this like a furnace, a anvil, anything?
So you want to go over to the laboratory before you start?
Yes. I mean, just basically trying to find a workspace to do this.
Okay. So you kind of go around again, like the roof is off this place. So there's all doors are unlocked. Some are even off their hinges. As you go over to the laboratory, which is right in here. Laboratory is in here on the map. So going inside here, you see this room contains a fireplace and 2 empty bookcases. Tacked to the walls and strewn across the floor are frost-covered, or sorry, not those blueprints, you do have those now. Face down on the floor is a tiny man made of clay.
Oh.
The littlest golem.
So there's the little man made of clay, but that doesn't look like there's anything specifically that looks like it would be used to make the kind of thing I'm trying to make.
You could roll an Arcana check if you like to try to ascertain what it might be.
14 plus what was that, Arcana?
Yes.
16.
16. Looking at this thing, with your history of kind of magical items and as such, you can ascertain that this looks like a dead homunculus.
Don't show Toon.
I myself don't know what that is, but Tarek would know. So what is it?
Homunculuses are kind of like, it depends on who makes them, but they're basically like, they could be assistants, they could be robots, they could be,
okay.
like the magical equivalent of artificial intelligence.
Okay, but it's dead.
Seems so.
Okay. All right, seeing that it's dead. You said it was made out of clay, right? And there doesn't seem to be anything else that I think that I could use in this room.
Not anything that was useful was floated out and brought to you.
Okay. In which case I will make my way back and try and find a space away from the very wooden house where I could make a decent fire, to which I would be able to use to heat the metal and try and fashion the shape that I need.
Where in the house are you making this fire?
There's 2 fire pits. There's 2 chimneys.
Okay. Yeah. I'll use the fire pit in the front room.
Okay.
So over here.
So you go over that fire, use that to try to melt down the metal, along with maybe a little bit of a jump from your own spell use. I'm going to have you roll a Arcana check to see if you can follow the designs of this magical device and modify it to accommodate this third ring.
15 plus 2, 17.
17. So you go into the fire, you put the sort of metal pieces in there.
Yeah.
Start your own fire in the fireplace. Take out these smith's tools with these hinges, these clasps, put the metal in there, melt it down. You take out Thor's hammer on a nearby on an anvil of sorts that's around. Ping, 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 ping. Little tiny thunder eruptions come out of the hammer as fire and electricity sort of fuse into one.
Yeah.
Following the blueprints as best you can. As you look down in the snow, you can see MacLeod kind of giving you just slight hints and little, like, more to the left, like hit with all your might, bend it this way, mold it that way. And he's doing your best to kind of take his hints as you're going on with the blueprints. And after some time, it seems like you have successfully made this third ring.
Well then.
Let me do this.
Are you sure?
It was my magic that undid man's. I should fall to me, try and bring him back.
And as the spirits of Fiend and the gnome, who has come back now to you, Fiend, after you tried to make that call for Ariel, goes, do we want him to have it? Do we want him to have it? I really don't want him to throw it out of the goddamn window. Is he gonna be okay with that thing? Oh, sorry, John, you're muted.
John, you're muted.
Sorry, 5 pounds now, focusing on this gentleman's gnomish face.
All right.
Just slap him.
12. Would
God.
you please stop talking already?
I didn't know we could do that. Oh.
Yes. I didn't know either, but I felt I could. Toon knows I'm dead-ish, and he wouldn't do something willingly to make that a permanent situation, despite how he feels about this device. And if he did, well, then I guess I wouldn't blame him for believing in his stonewall set of morale. Anyways, just watch. Shut up and watch for 5 seconds, please.
So he just looks at you and, he looks down. So, Tarek, you have this device now as you hold it up, or do you leave it on the table?
I understand the sentiment, Toon, and I respect that. However, I think I should fit this just to make sure. I've done similar things before, so I should know.
And you can try if I fail.
You're really going to be persistent about this, aren't you?
You say that you respect me and that you understand. Prove that.
You're asking me to trust you.
I am.
Fine. And he will very gently pass him the ring.
Okay. Before I attempt to put this back together, I am going to cast Cure Wounds on myself until I'm at full health, which might take more than one.
Yeah, one of y'all needs to live this so that I can fix it again.
Yeah. It took 3. But I'm back to 120 health. If there's no effect that reduces my maximum HP.
Nope, it does not. You are able to fully heal yourself to that point.
Perfect. All right, what do you want me to roll?
So with Tarek giving the device over to you, and him having now been familiar with the blueprints and how this device actually works,
I will, whilst he is physically doing it, I will guide him through it to make sure he's doing it right. So I will attempt to assist him. with
So
my
the
knowledge
last
of the blueprints.
So the last step in order to activate the device is to cast the control weather spell from it.
Oh.
So, Toon, I'm going to have you roll an Arcana check.
21.
Nice.
Go tune Kalaki Guadalupe.
So you have the device, and you look at Tarek, and look over at Fiend's sort of outlining of the dust body that was made. And with Tarek's help, holding in your hands, the charcoal piece in the middle starts to as the device starts to rise from your hands as the rings
Take a step back.
as they start going into one another as the core and from there we're going to cross back over to the ladies. So
Oh my god.
I need closure. Like, I don't know what.
I have told the chat that I will not end this goddamn session until Fiend is back. So like we're stuck here till then.
Same.
We cannot sleep
I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Birthday
Oh
session.
my god.
I need to know.
I know.
how-
we are just going over to
I'm just letting you know now.
Kevin's like,
Rumira.
whoa, whoa.
We're just going over to Rumira and Farrell to see if
Cool.
they wanted to continue their story. If not, we can just
I
fully
think
go
we're just
back
going
to
to. I think.
We're gonna go pick up our clothing and go back to our apartment.
I was about to say. I think that we were just going to leave if they would
Yeah.
let us leave
We're
first
gonna
off.
fucking leave ASAP Rocky style.
If they allow us to leave now
Yeah,
that we've
if they
played
let us
their
leave.
game.
So, you remember that you lost that bet of
Yes.
your, I think, $37,000.
What?
Rub that in.
Why
You don't gotta twist the knife and then kill my ass. Just say
Oh my god. Okay, it was technically 30,000. After I
But-
got my winnings back, I lost 30, but technically I only lost 18.
Correct.
Technically. 18.
Which is fine.
that Fiend can do math.
Yeah, it's fine.
Only if he
fine.
comes back.
Very
We don't-
true.
we don't
You
know
could
that.
dodge a bullet on this one.
Okay. True.
No, I will get all the bullets. Come back.
Come
Um,
back.
So
We're gonna
as
leave.
that,
Yeah.
as that happens, you've got, your winnings in, and you're looking around the house. You're like, all right, I guess it's time for me to go.
Gentlemen, it's been lovely. Must go now.
Come back anytime. Your money's always good here, my dear.
Oh, Farrell's coming back as herself after this.
Absolutely, I would love to.
And you start to make your way out as that hulking orc is just sitting there. Got everything you need, did you?
I did, darling. Thank you. And then I give him a gold coin. You've been lovely.
Much obliged, my dear. And, right, signals over. As someone, the goblin bartender who's been giving people whiskey just comes over, puts up a card. For next time, avoid all the trouble.
Thank you. You are my favorite. Goodbye.
Opens up the steel metal door.
Thank you very kindly.
Real quick, Kevin, did I recognize that particular individual at all? I can't say anything even if I did. I'm just curious.
Which one?
The orc that handed his card? Or whoever handed their card to Ramira?
This one, no.
Did I see the card?
Roll a perception check.
Okay. My stress is real. Okay, that's a 14 plus 8.
14 plus 8.
That's 20, yeah.
You see on the one, it's black one face, white on the other.
Mm-hmm.
And on the logo on one side is the logo of a snowflake
Okay.
with a scar going down diagonally.
So nothing I recognize right off, right? Okay. I just want to make sure. Had to double check.
Going to hastily, I'm gonna like very kindly, like casually, oh, thank you, very nice of you. As the door shuts, is just gonna like power walks, like what is it, Sketcher shape up style, walking through the mall.
Power walk.
And as I have Bird Feral still on my shoulder, oh, that was really rough. He's going to kill me when he finds out. You know what? I think maybe I didn't lose a ton of money. He doesn't have to know about my cloak going missing, and then it'll only be 7,600 gold that I lost. But regardless, oh god, he's gonna be really mad.
I am still a bird. I'm just like...
No, I know. That's why she's saying all this to you. Anyways, we should go pick up our clothing. Maybe if I look nice enough, he'll feel sad about yelling at me.
Squawk.
And then she's gonna sketch your shape up, walk really
Yeah,
quick
as soon as that door closes, I'd like to look around, make sure no one's around, then turn back into my normal self.
So as you guys go through that mineshaft hallway, up those concrete stairs, and come back into that hallway, into that alleyway once again, that same goblin.
I was about to say, you should probably wait.
No, that's why I was like, I'll look around first.
Oh, okay.
Just sort of sidled against the wall and looks up. Oh, no, you didn't die. You actually won some stuff. Good for you.
Sorry to disappoint. Really, I have to go. I have an appointment. Gotta go. Bye.
Later. And he just kind of looks at you as you trail off the alleyway.
I dislike him greatly.
He is the worst. And then I'm going to...
I was gonna say, as soon as we can duck in an alleyway.
Yeah, same deal. Like wait till Pharaoh's not looking, and then change back.
I was gonna say she'll flutter to the ground, turn back into herself, and turn around. Go ahead. I'm kind of blocking any entrance to the alley.
Okay, and then she swaps back. I don't.
Have you never gambled before?
I have, but the dice weren't in my favor tonight. I was planning to sell it. I didn't know it was a gambling hall. Oh, he's gonna be so mad. I wonder what they're doing anyways. I hope they found a way to Asgard.
Probably lost.
No, Fiend said that he knew a guy, and so I think they're gonna maybe they'll find.
He's probably lost somewhere.
Fiend curling his smoke tail.
Yeah, right. He's probably lost somewhere.
He's certainly lost.
Best case scenario, he finds a way to Asgard. Okay, I don't want to
What's the
think
worst
about
case
it.
scenario? That they're off
The
walking
worst
around.
case scenario is he beats my ass, and rightfully so. And then I
It'll
just
be
like
fine. It'll be
Let's go-
fine as she follows behind.
Let's go get our clothing. Let's go get our clothing, and then get back to the Chewingas and Hathawin. I'm sure they need somebody to feed them.
You're correct. I'm so glad he left them back at the hotel.
Yeah, I think he learned his lesson from the last.
I think he did the last time.
I did.
Yes.
Wow, it's almost like I can hear him.
It's almost like we can hear his voice.
Yeah, and then we're gonna go pick up our clothing real fast. Don't want to talk to anybody, and then make it back to the hotel.
I would say maybe like a little bit of their chatter back and forth. I think.
Oh God, what are you gonna say?
I think Ramir is just a little too stressed out, but she'll be like, "He's not gonna kill you. It's fine."
You say that, but when I couldn't heal the freaking
That was a different situation entirely, and you know it.
Either way, that was reversible. This is not reversible.
This is reversible. It's money.
It is money, but you know how he is.
Then tell him I lost it. He can yell at me.
That is not even remotely what I'm going to do.
Then I'll do it for you.
No, that's not what's
I
happening.
can be
Anyways, yes, you can, but you know what? Instead of doing that, you can just stick around. In general, I didn't mean in any specific way. I just meant overall.
Ramira.
We need to go pick up our things.
Sure.
And I'm gonna grab her hand really. I didn't mean it like that.
Mean it what way?
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
No,
when-
not at all. she definitely knows what she meant.
Oh, I know. And she's gonna let you walk ahead really quick.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
You said you know what a runner looks like, right?
She doesn't look at you in the face.
She doesn't look back at you. She's walking. She doesn't look back.
We're not looking at it. It's like when
We're
you
not.
go on a
This
car
is a very
ride.
awkward. We're not looking at each other kind of thing. You said you know what a runner looks like, right?
Yes.
Are you also running?
I don't think that's the right word for it. If you have to
Avoiding.
be technical. The last situation, I left a family of sorts knowingly. They know that I left. They even wished me well as they watched me go.
But
But that doesn't mean I haven't run from other things. Or that there weren't families before that one.
God, what's it like telling someone you're leaving?
Well, I kind of couched this particular situation in a positive way. A real coming of age story. And
Oh, I'm
this
sure.
one-
I won't press you for answers. I just wanted to see how familiar you were with running.
To give you the long and short of it, very. And in this particular situation, it was by fake mom and fake dad. I'm going on a very fun religious quest. I'll be back eventually. And then I did not.
Are you going to?
I'm sure it would be fine if I did.
So what? You're gonna stick around as long as I do?
I mean, don't test me.
All right. Let's go.
I might not have to, depending on how Fiend reacts to the way I've lost his
He's
money.
not gonna kill you.
You say that now, and the conversation kind of just dissolves
Yeah, I was
like
gonna
that.
say let's dissolve after that. We'll go get our outfits, quickly change, I'm sure, and head back to the hotel.
Yes.
Okay. So as you make your way towards the winter's warmth to pick up your clothes, we transition back to
The boys are never going alone again.
No,
our cabin.
is this a temporary thing, or if we can't fix this device, would we be stuck like this forever?
As you say that, and the device, another bright light takes over as it engulfs you and Tarek once more, and fearful that maybe the same thing that happened to Fiend is about to happen to you, you suddenly just go, "Ugh!" Just brace for whatever is about to happen. And then as you look up, the light around you is staying a foot around this thing. And as you look up, a beam of light is shooting up into the air.
Good thing we blew out that roof, huh?
And it's just the energy around you is sustaining and holding. And Toon, as you're holding this device, you feel that magical surge kind of come through you. and you just instinctively know that you are able to cast the control weather spell using this thing. So if you wanted to, within the radius of the spell, you could summon sunlight to appear, you can clear the skies, you could make it even more cold and dark in here.
I'm not paging the Frost Maiden right now. I don't need that. I need to get my friend back, and possibly this gnome, so that I can murder him.
So as this radiant light sort of picks up all around you, this shining bright light starts to appear in front of you, Fiend, seemingly crackling out of the sky as this bright cataclysm starts coming out of the dark clouds. And Macreus looks up and goes, "Oh my God." And these hands come out of the cataclysm in the sky. This radiant being comes forward and is staring down at you two. Tarek and Toon, you don't see this.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Well,
What the...
looks like you succeeded, little one. Congratulations. This calming, soothing voice is just coming from the heavens.
Who is that? Who are you?
It's Lathander, the radiant goddess.
Oh,
She's
shit.
here. Yes, goddess. Put our bodies back, please. Please. Is just shouting at the heavens as this radiant hand towers forward from the sky. I'm sorry, Macreus, my faithful follower. Some things even a god can't undo, and I'm afraid your time is up. You lived a long and happy life, my friend. It is time. As this radiant hand outstretches to Macreus, and he's like, "What?" And he just has this saddened look on him. And then he looks over to you, Fiend.
Fiend is twitching.
Slap
the
him
radiant,
again.
the radiant being whose features are just covered in this radiant glow. It's hard to make out any details. It's just this bright light kind of staring down at you. He looks over to Fiend. This gesture of a head going around. "Oh, hello there."
Hello.
"And who might you be?"
A thorn in many sides. But someone who's not ready to die just yet.
No. Yeah, I would say not. Seems like you have more to do in this life.
Yes. Yes, I do.
I must say, I do not envy the journey.
Oh, I wouldn't envy many things that get in my way from now on.
Would you like to come?
No. No, I think not.
Well,
Why does he have to go?
the fates are not up to me. I am simply repaying a faithful follower for his service.
So it's you who want the Frost Maiden gone?
Well, not me per se, but others are at work for that kind of business. I'm just here to make sure a follower gets what he deserves.
These others, are they beings of nature, like yourself? Or divinity?
And as the hand outstretches McCready's soul up into the heavens. See you later, friend.
Bye, bitch.
He's like, good luck.
What about me?
And as Lathander stares down at you, I'm sure you'll find out soon enough, friend. Bing. As her radiant finger touches your forehead, you feel this happiness that you have not felt in a long, long time. All of your baggage swept away, all of the past that is like marks on old armor suddenly washed clean. And your body suddenly, your ethereal body starts to as your body, your ethereal body snaps off. And Tarek and Fiend, you see the dust pile that was Fiend's body from the feet up start to
Immediately, I rush to his side as he's like reforming. Fiend.
starts to materialize from the feet all the way back up to his head.
Am I clothed?
Yep.
Question.
Okay. Oh, wow, cool.
Interesting question.
Lame.
Just shirt
Since his
cocking it.
body is restored and I don't know the origin of this magic, does his horn regrow?
It does.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit! I imagine it just like reforms his entire body and then it grows back.
Yep. It's the last thing to
Fiend.
come forward.
Is he awake?
He's slowly coming into consciousness as his eyes kind of flutter.
Fiend. I'm just shaking him. Fiend.
Yes?
Thank goodness you're all right.
Do I remember everything?
Yep.
Okay.
I thought you were gone. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I was going to tell Farrell and Nura. I'm so
He
sorry.
reaches up and just goes, well, you would have kept living, and pokes you in the forehead and gets up. Ah.
Just gonna give him a hug as he tries to.
Oh. Yes, I'm fine. Speaking of hugs, where's my big fluffy one?
Yeah, I'm running over there. I'm bringing them both in for the hug that might kill them. I know. I just brought him back, but that might be the end of both of them. I'm so happy he's back. That's such a weight off of me. I'm just gonna like grab wrap my trunk around him in my arms, bring him in tight.
Feels super great.
His new bones are gonna almost break.
Tarek's gonna take off his jacket and be like, "You might need this. You're horribly naked." I'm not looking down until
My
you put this.
friend.
What a sight it would have been.
I
Yes.
do not wish to see that.
Oh, I'm so glad you're back.
It's good to be back. I met the gnome on the other side.
I sensed his spirit. Where is he?
I
For making
slapped-
this thing, I would have seen him dead and buried, but I
Well.
think for now I'll settle simply for buried.
He is dead, and I did get a chance to slap him around a bit and call him many names on your behalf.
Huh. Oh, well, good.
And then a goddess broke into the ethereal plane.
Yes.
I'm terrible with names and first impressions, so I can't recall hers. But
The Frost Maiden.
no. It was a sun god, the god of radiance, as such.
Lathander.
Lathander.
Lathander. Yes, Lathander, that's the one.
I see.
Yes, she took the gnome and said that his time had come and the fates have decided such a thing, but that he was a great asset to her of some sort. So she was rewarding him by bringing him into the heavens, I suppose. Asked me if I wanted to go, and which I gave her a big middle finger, metaphorically speaking.
I hope. Oh, God, jeez. I wouldn't have put that past you to actually do that, Fiend.
I thought about it. It was a dumb question to ask. Anywho, we'll skip that part. She brought me back to life, and apparently
Fiend, your horn.
better than ever.
Regrown.
Yeah, it takes away from the sentiment, but I suppose I deserve it back for some reason. How long was I gone?
Too long.
About 20 minutes.
We still have time.
Oh, well, it would have been longer than that.
No.
Probably.
No.
To reforge the new...
You have Mjolnir. Kevin, how long was it?
To do all the ironing and everything, that probably would have been an extra 25 minutes or so.
20 minutes.
All right.
We got wrestling to get to.
Well,
I'm not even skipping a beat.
Hold on.
I need to get this man who just died to go wrestle a mammoth.
Hold on.
We're leaving.
Fiend.
Yes.
How do you feel? You should rest.
I put my hands on Tarek's shoulders and say, I feel so
Like he could fight a mammoth. Ha!
like I could fight 10 even. It's like the weight of everything was lifted off my shoulders. It is though I died and left the mortal plane behind, except I have the benefits of still being alive.
Sometimes I wish I could do that. But
I'm happy it was a sun god who answered my call outs instead of the other two. But tales for another time.
I'm going to look back towards the device. What is it currently doing?
After you cast that control weather spell and shot it up, seemingly you decided to just kind of leave the weather the way it was. The beam went back into it and it stopped. And it's just inert,
On the table.
non-magical.
If you could trust me with divine intervention with that thing.
Hold on. Just putting your hand towards it. He's like, nope, wait from it. Tarek's just gonna, not touching it, is just going to inspect it. And kind of
I
just-
will retain this artifact until such a time as we know it can be destroyed safely.
Well, gonna look it over. Just be like, very interesting piece of engineering. Been a while since I've seen something like this.
Be careful, Toon. That is going to put a target on your back. There are other powers at play, I've been told.
That may be. I will endure. My friend, I'm glad you've returned to us.
Me
I
too.
was gripped by terrible sorrow and guilt. I hope that you can forgive me.
There's nothing to forgive. I would have grabbed that thing had you not used your wind magic on it. It's who I am at my core.
Well, shall we away?
Yes, away we shall.
Upon inspecting it, does it seem like I could pick it up without it being
Are
an
they
issue?
holding it?
I think you would have put it down when you came in for a bear hug, but sorry.
No.
after-
It is seemingly, after you cast the control weather spell, it seems to have just turned off. Like it's just stable, non-magical. It's just still.
And like all the rings collapsed back into themselves and
Yeah.
just looks like Saturn now.
Well,
What are you playing at, Tarek?
I'm not playing at anything.
Why are you staring with such desire at this device?
I have no desire for such a thing. I would wish to destroy it if it would not kill us. It's just very intricately made. It's been a while since I've seen such a thing, but it must be destroyed at some point.
May I say that I am impressed
Wish.
at the culmination of your two engineering capabilities of fixing that machine.
Just felt like instinct.
It was mostly him. You gave good directions. I enjoyed the forehead add-ons.
Yes. Well, I was in a particularly bad mood, if you would.
Understandable.
I figured the most ironic death for me was by my own spell, so.
Well, if you wish to take a tune, you can do so, but we should see what we can do to destroy it soon.
I'm killing that
Safely.
turtle.
I will have strong words with him.
Let's not kill anyone.
I will have strong words with him. That
No
might
fiend, do
result in
So long
violence.
as those strong words don't kill him, Toon.
Perhaps they will lead to violence, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. Now, our friend Mance has been reintegrated, so we should away.
You will need new clothes before this fight.
Nope, planning on fighting him naked.
Oh, jeez.
I like it.
Away!
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd turn into an eagle and taxi cab him back.
All right.
So
Uber,
with Fiend,
5 stars.
now with Fiend made whole, his cracked horn reapplied, you hop on the back, take Fiend in your talons, leaving this awful experience behind you. I need you to roll a perception check, Toon.
That ain't bad. There's a 12 plus 5 for 17.
As your eagle wings going up, you catch something at the corner of your eye. And this place around this cabin, it's fairly desolate. There's just that gorge, a bit of mountainside, and snow wherever you see. And as you are getting some air, you just kind of peek down and you notice a figure in the snow. Frozen to the bone, staring up, looking at you. From what you can make out, and from this person who you have already seen, is that goblin character who was sacrificed. Frozen, pale skin, staring up at you and following you. And as you double back to look, it's gone.
Don't like that.
And that's where we're going to end the session. Oh boy!
My God.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Well, everybody,
We did it.
that
We
is
wrestled
the end
mammoth.
of episode 15 of Beyond the Realms. Take a moment. I know they will. Thank you guys all so much for sticking with us through all that. If you'd like, you can join us in the Dicecream Discord, where we like to share memes and just kind of reminisce about the session that just happened. Also, it's kind of the main hub for all contests, alerts on when the sessions are happening, all that. So if you're on a member of the Dicecream Discord, please jump in there. We would love to have you. I think that's going to do it for tonight.
Yeah,
God
think?
damn.
You think?
Uh,
Now.
Thank you to the amazing players who join me each and every week and let me do all the crazy shit that I do to them. So thank you all. We will see you here next week, Monday, 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST. And hopefully get to a wrestling match.
Yeah. That'd be
Party
great.
on, Garth.
Let's go.
Until next time,
Great.
everyone, stay safe, wash your hands. We love you. We will see you very, very
Wear a
soon.
damn mask.
Bye-bye.